retro toys and comics we adore. TV and movies, let's explore. Sunday Night Geekery, it's the place to be. With Marc D, with a C, let your nerd run free. Old school vibes and stories untold. Tune in, tune out, let the magic unfold.
Hey everyone, welcome to Sunday Night Geekery. And sorry about the late start tonight, but I made it, and of course it's clobbering time. I don't know if you can hear that, but the thing is going wild here. Yep, there we go. But great to see you all here. I was on with Tom at his tier list, so rolling over here late, and then I had to go down to the 3D printer and fix the problem and load up some filament, and I got a bum knee, so I got a torn ACL and a torn meniscus. So my up and down time isn't what it used to be. So, but great to see everyone here, and let's say hi to over in the chat. Of course, let's play this. Of course,
I just love clobbering time,
and also this,
clobbering time,
and this.
it's clobbering time.
And Steve is in the chat. And Dadman's not here yet, is he?
Nice.
Ah!
Over that way.
God damn it, Mark. Jeez.
So let's say hi to everyone that I missed in the chat. So hi to Brian Hepburn, hail to Brian. Donnie is here. He says, hope everyone is well despite the passing of Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy Osbourne, Chunk Mangione, and Hulk Hogan. Yeah, it was a terrible week for celebrities, my God. So Malcolm Jamal Warner tragically drowned on vacation with his family while swimming, which is just terrible. Ozzy Osbourne, the great heavy metal, started with Black Sabbath and made his way as a solo career, and got to see him only once at the show for 13, Black Sabbath 13, when they had that reunion tour, which was phenomenal. So that was great stuff. But yeah, Ozzy was a big part of growing up in the 80s, and he had a show that was on WPLJ 95.5 in New York. What was the show? But they were broadcasting a concert, and I stayed up till like midnight or 1 in the morning. Excuse me, back then, and I stayed up with the boombox and recorded on the cassette tape. I was gonna try to find that cassette tape. I wonder if I have it still, but recording. I think it was maybe King Biscuit Flower Hour, if anyone remembers the King Biscuit Flower Hour. But they would play concerts on WPLJ in New York, which was back then, I think it's probably the biggest rock station in New York City, I'm guessing, back in the time. But we knew there was trouble was brewing when they started playing Michael Jackson. We're like, what's going on with the album-oriented rock? Yeah, Ozzy was just a huge part of growing up. And I think then we've got Courtney here, of course, who's a great musician. I think more of your identity back then, too, was tied into music. I think, it's like who you hung out with. I don't know if it's as true now, but, depending on who you were friends with, that was like music you listened to was like a huge thing. I don't know if it's as big of a deal anymore, but and Donnie makes music as well. Thank you, Donnie. Yeah. So what does everyone think of my new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers reignition profile? I think it looks pretty cool. Well done. Yep. I think I said hi to Brian Hepburn, but just in case, I want to make sure that. And of course, Steve is here, and Courtney's here. She says, "Don't think I'll make it tonight, but may surprise you." Hopefully, you can make it, Courtney. And Courtney says, "Thor, yep." And Gap After Dark, hail to Gap. And Lemon Pie says, "Hi, fruitcakes." And let's see here, catch up in the chat here. Yep. Yeah. Chuck Mangione was that one, the one that had closest for. Yeah, what a great musician he was. I mean, everyone knows that one song. Of course, can't play it, but get knocked here. But if I can't hum it, I can't sing. But if you heard that song, you would definitely know it. Yep. And Courtney says, my new housemate plays D&D and is going to host it here. Awesome. Well, he must be a real dweeb if he plays D&D. Yeah, just kidding. Yeah. And let's see. Hey Mark, absolutely. Music is a big part of my growing up. Oh, Rob plays guitar also. I tried to learn to play guitar. Well, everyone had Guitar Hero, right? But that was, just pushing buttons. But then they had, was it Soundsmith? What was the Xbox game? So I bought a real, you got a real guitar with it. Was it Soundsmith or what the heck was the name of that game? Guitar game Xbox. I can't remember the name of it. I don't want to say good, but I started Guitar Hero Live. Was that it? I think that, yeah, okay. No, Rocksmith. Yeah, Rocksmith. Yeah, it was, oh God, it's $100 now. 2014 edition. And it queued up to a real guitars with strings. So I could play a couple of tunes I was getting there, and then I stopped. So yeah, Maddie said, yeah, Feels So Good by Chuck Mangione. So that's a wonderful talent. I wish I could play. I used to be able to play Star Wars on the piano. That was how I learned to play piano. I want to learn Star Wars. So we had a nun that was teaching us to I want I'll learn that. Yeah. Yeah, Rob also, yeah, Feels So Good. Yep. And Donnie says, I play the keys, not just the piano. Okay. And It's a Girl. What is that in reference to? Oh, a girl nerd housemate. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yep. I'm like, Courtney gave birth. What? We'll talk about Franklin Richards later in the Fantastic Four. Yep. It feels so good. I have everything from him, says Brian. Yep. Yeah. I mean, people know him for that, but if you're into jazz and instrumental music, yeah, just great stuff. And it's nice to listen to some relaxing music once in a while. Yep. So of course the big news is the FF. So let me show you let me turn my camera off. I grab my my little droid here. Oh, Herbie's right here. Okay. There we go. So here's my new buddy. Oh, I just knocked his head off. Oh my God, I killed Herbie. So anyway, I'll turn this on. Turn the camera on, which is kind of cool. With Herbie has got a screw-on head, which is kind of smart. So there's the threads there. So does this articulate at all? Let's see. The neck is solid here. Yep. So let's put Herbie back on here. Let's screw his head back on. There we go. So here's Herbie. Back up a little bit. Say hi, Herbie. So yeah, I really like the design of this bot. It's pretty fun. Yeah. So then let's see, in the back it says CPU. There, I'll make full screen. There we go. So there's the back of his head. And yeah, for a popcorn bucket, this is pretty cool. Now, I love 3D printing things. So yeah, could you have 3D printed this? I guess, but it probably would have cost quite a bit in filament. And then cool thing is it'll play the theme from the movie. You probably can't hear that because I have the echo cancellation on. But Herbie will play the theme from the movie. And also he's got a projector here. So obviously, let's see, how can I show that? It actually projects the 4. Let's see, how do we do this, Herbie? There we go. See? Oh. And it's got the team's names on it. Oh, I'm trying to get there. That gives you an idea. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So and it's in color. Yeah, there we go. So not bad. Pretty bright, and the room is bright. So that's a cute little gimmick there with Herbie. And then of course, I guess in the back, this is the popcorn in the back. Who the hell's ever going to put popcorn in this? But yeah, you can put popcorn in the back. And I guess the front is supposed to be a drink holder, I guess. They said in the instructions, yeah, you could hold your beer here. So hey, Rogue Attraction. Yep. Yeah, so hopefully you were able to see that projector working. Yep. So but yeah, no one's gonna, I guess you could put a cup. You could put a cup in here, I guess, small cup. But I don't know who's gonna. It doesn't. He doesn't hold my. Does he hold the thing cup? Let's see. Does he hold the thing cup? Not gonna work. Yep. Of course, you got to have a thing cup too. Yep. I should just do a show going around the room with uh, all my FF stuff. But yeah, the projector is pretty cool. And I even, let's see, you're not gonna be able to see it, but even with the lights on here, and then if you turn the lights off, it gets to be pretty. Yeah, there we go on the roof there, pretty big. So it's a decent little projector there. Nice job. And I guess it stays on until you turn it off. So that was fun. In the movie, Herbie has programming that explains the tape here. So they've got this retro future stuff. So in the future, they're still retro future. They're using tape decks, reel to reel. So one scene, Mr. Fantastic pushes a button, the head moves forward, and then he changes the programming from domestic to space flight. So I guess that's how they explain these the tape deck that's in the middle. Of course, his eyes are through there, which is kind of crazy. But Herbie does have some nice moments in the movie. So that was hey Claude, yeah, Herbie the love bug. And then Steve is saying who was the second robot? Was it Hubert? Hubert? So yeah, this is pretty fun. So this will go on my shelf in the living room. Of course, he's not. Oh, here we go in the back here. Let's see what it says here. I didn't even look on his buttocks. Only in theaters at Marvel Studios. What does it say here? Batch. Oh, it tells you the batch. Do not throw away. Don't put in the snow. Don't put in the dishwasher. Yep. So, okay. Yeah, don't put Herbie in the dishwasher. There's not much electronics there, but I thought it was pretty. I think it's actually better than the Galactus head. So that's pretty cool. I'll show you the mug that I got too, but which is pretty nice. Yep. So let me catch up here. Yep. Oh, so Courtney says my friend JL Shaw is a very big jazz saxophonist now. Yeah, my dad loved jazz, and he would always make fun of it. He's like, someday he'll appreciate this. Yep. And Doc Severinsen is one of the last of the old mainstream jazz trumpet flugelhorn players that's still left. Yeah, Doc Severinsen. No, wasn't that the Tonight Show? Doc Severinsen. Yeah, and it's a projector. I give a thumbs up for the projector. It's looking. Let me know if you didn't see it, Rogue Retraction. I think I got you. Was able to show that. Yep. Although I would say there are just two F4 movies in my head canon. The ones from director Tim Story in the 20th century. Choose the 20th Century Fox fanfare. Yep. Hey, Joe Dog, you got Daredevil 101. Got that a couple weeks ago. Nice find. Yep. I shall see first steps when it streams on Disney Plus. Yes, 20th Century co-produces it alongside Marvel Studios. Yep. And the Claude is here. Yep. And Rob's the Herbie Love Bug. Yep. That'd be a good model to make, right? Herbie the Love Bug. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna here, let's get this 3D print going. So let me show you what I've made. So of course I'm always tinkering like the mad tinkerer. So I have a sign in my office that says the thing parking only, violators will be clobbered. And of course when Clobbering Time saw this, he demanded that I if I ever passed, this sign would go to him. So it's been in the works for a long time. I'm recreating the sign, and I had to do it 4 colors. So I had at first I had it a lot fancier with a different thing logo. And the original sign. Let's see. Can I show the original sign? Let's see. Let me pick up the camera. Sometimes everything goes really bad when you try to pick up the camera, but let's see here. There we go. So it says the thing parking only. And the thing is, they don't use any of the FF fonts. So the thing is pretty cool there. But of course, that's just the 2 color, which you're going to do on a sign like that. And I found that on eBay years ago. I guess a guy had just printed them, I'm guessing. So, yeah, so this is my recreation. So of course I wanted to do the thing sign. So this is version 3.0. I'm still working on it. Some of the markings in the middle were too thin. I guess it didn't pick that up. So like the A and the P, I gotta to save this one. Maybe I'll just go in with a marker. So some of the text didn't come out right, but I think overall that came out pretty cool, I'm gonna say. So and then I also made little ones, so you can put these on your desk. Let's see the angle here. color. Oh, wait, it's getting washed out. Come on. Oh, there we go. So just like a little mini version. This is a little stand, so you can keep that on your desk. Let's see. Here we go. Well, you get the idea. But this is only like, as big as your hand there. Yeah. I guess the reflection there. So what I'm gonna do now is as I said, Herbie was creative because they didn't want a flaming teenager in a cartoon. They were afraid the kid would set himself on fire. Well, actually, talking to Clobberin Times, what I've read, I think we talked about this on the show. Stan was trying to sell a Human Torch, something with either a TV show or a movie, something with the rights issue. So at the time, they didn't have the out rights to the Human Torch, and they came up with Herbie. Now that was my understanding. It was always heard that it was the fire thing, but then researching it seemed at the time they were trying to shop the rights to Johnny, because Johnny was so popular. And of course, what kid here hasn't tried to jump off a couch wearing a towel as a cape, right? Or Underdog. I was I was trying to go into my mom's pills, and back then I don't think they had safety boxes on the pills, or anyone could just open. I think it was a 2 or 3-year-old, but I was like, Mom's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, Underdog, he had a ring, and he would well, here's my Green Lantern ring, but I don't have a pill, can't fit a pill in here, but pretend Green Lantern's got his his ring, so you've got your Underdog ring, and it had a pill container there. So Underdog, kind of like Our Man, would take his pill, and then he had superpowers. So of course they did away with that. So yeah, that was kind of dangerous. Yep, and Gap says nice sign. Yep. So Steve, yeah, my understanding, and I think Klobby kind of agreed with that too, that it was or he had told me too that we think it was because of the rights issue, because Stan had to sell the rights, so they didn't want him in the cartoon. Yep. So let me share my screen here, and let's get this 3D print going. We're not going to be able to finish it tonight because it takes so long. I was printing all these bases. That's what happens when you're doing 3D prints. Like, ran out of filament and something got screwed up, and it was sitting for like hours, and then finally now it finished. But I was hoping to have this going. So this first version that I did is flat, as you can see. So and now this version I'm going to try to do it raised. I want to see which works better. Yep. So here we go. So we'll do this one raised. I want to see, I'm going to put these on eBay, I think, to sell in my store. I want to see which looks better. Yeah, it's tough to tell. I think this one came out pretty cool though. But we'll see if the raised version. So what you can do on the bamboo printer, you can print it upside down. So it gives you kind of like a cool texture on the plate. So you can kind of, I don't know how much that translates to the interwebs, but see, it kind of like that cool kind of texture there, and so that is kind of cool. So or you can do it where it's just like a flat. This one's more of a flat plate. Let me grab this one here. Yeah, so this was on the smooth plate. I don't know if you can, it's going through the interweb, probably tough to tell the difference. And of course, it never wants to focus. But yeah. So you've got the smooth versus that, and then we're going to try to do with like this is Ray. So I did this for my wife. Is like they're all addicted to. It's not crack. This is from Shanghai. So yeah, they're all playing this. So you can see how the letters are kind of raised there. So I tried this one where it's raised. You could use it as a coaster, but yeah. So let's see. So let's go back to make this part here. So what do you do? First, I've got to synchronize my filaments. So let me synchronize those filaments here. Yep. And let's see. in the comic, when the cartoon came up, and Johnny Storm told someone in the scene that he was out of town when the others signed the rights to use their name image. Yep. Hey, Geoffrey. And Steve says, I think it was just covered to protect them from any ramifications from the 60s cartoon. Yep. Thank you, Steve. So if I zoom in here, you can see see how that's kind of raised a little bit. So let's see if this version comes out. And I actually made the stroke, as you call it, on the lettering a little bit bigger. So it was when you have that small, the smaller font, and the printer is pretty detailed, but it can only do so much. So and also had simplified the face. I think this looks pretty good here. So I'd taken a lot of little dots out, and then of course the original version of this has a lot of texturing, but I made that just one color, made it simple. So I do have capacity now for 8 colors. I haven't hooked it up yet. All right, so let's synchronize our printer information. Continue to sync filaments. Yep. You just tell the program that you've synced the filaments here. And let's see here. So we've got 4 colors, and let's check our strength here. We always want to do sparse infill pattern. We can do 10% infill. Probably even get away with 5 on this one, but we'll do 10%. So it goes a little bit faster, and then we'll do rectilinear is usually a good one to do. Yep. Hey, Dave is here. What's up, Dave?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Very good, very good. Hey.
Let me. I gotta mute you. I'm getting a double echo here, Mark.
Double echo. Oh, maybe that's because of maybe I'm sharing the screen now.
Oh, no, I know why. I'm on the other laptop.
Oh, you're on YouTube. Oh, you got the YouTubes. Yep.
Yeah, I was.
Great to see Lady V here. All the geeks are here. The geeks and nerds. Yep.
Okay, it should be good.
There we go. Hey, Admiral T. Great to see you. Yep. I'm back from Yago. Yep. I survived another few days at Yago. Yep. Good times. Yep. So rectilinear. Yes, I was saying that, Rob. I was like rectilinear. So they have different patterns here. The infill, you can tweak everything on these printers. So that's probably the most popular one. Yeah, you can do curves and spirals and concentric. I just stick with that rectilinear. Yeah.
Hey, Maddie. Hey, everybody. Sorry, it's just getting.
How you doing, Dave? Yep.
Trying to get situated.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm going to start this print here. So now we just do.
Oh, nice.
So we do quality. You got different settings here. Yeah, ironing type top surfaces. Yeah, because that's face up. Wall generator. This is inside baseball stuff for us 3D printing nerds. So anything that's orange has been changed in Bamboo Labs. You can find any of the settings. So now we just do slice the plate. So what it's doing is it's cutting from top to bottom, cutting down how it will create the plate. So it does. It's generating the numeric codes to send to the printer. So the printer it's X, Y, and Z. So now it's telling us that's going to take 6 hours and 12 minutes to print. And a lot of these too, if you're doing it overnight, that's not so bad. But I guess I got to factor that in. If I'm going to sell it, it costs $2, but your printer's tied up for 6 hours. So, that's almost like a whole work day, right? Yeah. Yeah. Violet will be clobbered. I love that. Yep. So I'm going to do, this is the big sign, and then I'll do like some smaller signs. And I might actually go to a local sign shop and see if I can get like batch of the printed like 50 of these, like 12 by 18 or, much bigger, because I can only do like 250 millimeters on this. So. Hey, Mark. Yep, it's a clobbering zone for sure. Yep. So, how do you like this sign, Dave? Would you put one on your wall or?
Sure, man. I would do it just for you. I thought I saw something on old Fleabay of one of those classic ones with him bent over in front of the wall. Maybe it's icons or DC collectibles that you and Clobber and Time liked a lot. They got the wall behind it.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
I was thinking about getting that one.
Yeah, there should be a lot of cool stuff now. So I wanted to get this up on eBay before the movie, but I didn't have a chance. So we'll see how this one comes out. So let's print this version. So we'll do print plate. Yeah. So clobber violated sounds painful. Yeah. Well, don't park in the thing's parking spot. Yeah. So you just check your filaments here. So white, black is to black, orange is to orange. You just want to make sure. You could change it here too, but you just want to make sure you're doing the right colors line up. So we shall send this to the printer. I think it's going to come out cooler with that raised, being raised there. We'll see. Yep. Let's see. So now it's sending, so it's going there. Yep. Yeah. Back it out slow. Got it. Yep. Oh, so Dave, have you seen the new Fantastic Four movie?
No, I have not. You went to see it the other day, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I've seen it multiple times now. Yep, yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you got to make these sacrifices. So,
Yeah, yeah, and you liked it, I think.
yeah, no, I did like it. I liked it a lot. There's flaws with it, but it was a fun comic book movie. So we'll get into the FF. Now maybe I'll show the original.
I
original
definitely. The only thing I really is making sure that you liked Galactus. That's the only one I was worried about for you. The rest,
Yep.
I know you would have just. But that one, I was kind of. It wasn't because we know Silver Surfer's not. It's not Norrin Rad. It's the other one. Right? So I knew that was out.
That was
But
a
Galactus-
pain. Yeah,
I can't say Galactus. Sorry,
Galactus. Yep.
Galactus. I was worried
Galactus,
that
yeah.
for you, so I'm interested on your take for that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely get into it. We'll do non-spoilers and then we'll do minor,
Hey, Donnie.
minor spoilers. Yeah, Donnie's yep, fantastic stuff for sure. Yep, yep. So let's see how this is doing. So this is kind of boring in the beginning, but we'll keep checking on this as the night goes on. But it's just warming up. But yeah, Mr. Fantastic would have a lot of 3D printers in his lair there, and it's yep. Gelatinous. Yep. Oh, let me grab the I'm gonna grab my thing mug that I got from the movie theater too. So let me. Damn you, StreamYards! For now, we still can't organize our. Can I organize my media assets? Let's see if I try to move this. Nope,
It's still
I
not
can't
letting
move
you-
it. Still not letting me.
Love clobbering time.
I was trying to drag it and it just it played it. Yep.
Now you pay for the extra service, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a little weird that they won't let you do that.
Well,
how are
they
you supposed to
upgraded.
organize it?
Well, the damn engineers. Well, you can move to top. You can say move to top.
Yeah, but
if you've got 100 clips to move to top, what you'd have to do is like start like with like make a list and like plan it in reverse. Like I want this to be number 1, this to be number 2.
Yeah, but on
like
the fly, if you want to play something for somebody and you can't find it.
Well, I mean, fortunately, I have it pretty well organized. But if I add anything new, like once I add it to the top, that's it. I have to delete it because I have like my intros on the top, then my outros. But it's a cluster F, yeah. If you've got 100 clips, there are a bunch of.
You're a lying dog faced pony soldier.
Damn you, StreamYards. So
Want to hear
yeah.
the most annoying noise in the world? guys.
And Lady V is going to make some decaf while I listen.
Decaf, Lady V. Come on, Mark.
No, it's
We
late.
can't allow this
Late.
to happen.
I'm not allowed to have caffeine either, so I sympathize with him.
Oh,
The doctor forbids me from having
right. I
caffeine,
forgot
so-
about that.
Yeah, so I'm decaf, no alcohol. I'm just boring now. Yeah, but once in a while I have a drink. But yeah, so let me grab my. Speaking of drinks, I'll be right back. Let me grab. It's just on the table here. Let me grab my thing mug. Hold on.
No,
You've
no
got the floor.
worries. Good. Well, yeah, so I'm going to show you guys. I think I posted on X this new Enterprise 1701 that this company is making. It's 3 feet long and about $15,500. So if I don't forget, we're going to Uber enable tonight. So yeah, maybe I can sell my car and then just get that, get the Star Trek model. I won't show it now. I can't share it until Mark gets back. But
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, but that was outrageous. Yeah, my God, I saw that. I thought it was 1,500. I thought 15,000. Yep.
over 15,000. But it. The funny thing is, JT. I wish JT was here. He was talking. I said, "Hey, man, I find a bunch of little stuff here and there, Star Trek stuff. Are you looking for anything in particular?" He's like, "Well, I'm looking for a 1701 original TOS, refit one." And I said, "Okay." Yep. 2 days later, that popped up, and he goes, "Well, I want to make sure I get it the mega size kind of one, like Eagle Moss. Remember Eagle Moss, Mark?"
For sure.
And then they had the Mega Star. They had the Mega Enterprises. And then that one popped up, and I said, "Well, here you go, man."
That's divorce material if you buy that.
Yeah, I'll show it to you whenever. I'll pull it up for everybody.
Oh yeah.
Once we get to it. Hey, Gap.
So Mark here says, and I appreciate you spell your name correctly, Mark. It says, "I need to learn how to scan to make an STL file." Well, I don't know if you have Bamboo Labs or use Bamboo printer. I would say that's the best best way to go for a beginner is Bamboo. I love Prusa too. Great printers out there, but just the simplicity of their ecosystem, kind of like they appled their 3D printers basically. So it's you still don't need to know what you're doing, but you can go to Maker Lab, and what you can do is you can actually take a JPEG or a PNG, and they have a module called image to. It's a little confusing, so let me show it. I finally figured it out because I was doing the STLs in Fusion 360, making them from scratch, which you can do too, and then bringing them into Bamboo. But they added this new. Let's go to Maker Lab, and let me just check here. So image to keychain. Let me just check. See what shows up here.
Yeah, I've asked you this stuff before, and obviously other Mark knows what he's talking about here. I know Ironcaster has gotten into printing as well for his,
he got one
tabletop.
too. Yep.
Yeah, he's getting pretty good at the little ones.
Cool. Yeah.
Those have to be even more difficult to deal with, the smaller ones. But at the Bamboo Labs, I know that one because of that large Viper one that I have that still needs to be fixed. I just keep it in the back until I get to it. Now, Bamboo Labs, you can go online and buy their designs, correct? Like if they sell it, you can just buy it, right? Is that there? Or you've showed those other sites before, but Bamboo Labs doesn't do their own.
Well, no, you can actually. They've added so you can pay for things on Bamboo Labs or buy things, but most of the stuff is free. But you can actually subscribe to people now on Bamboo Labs. I do a lot of Patreons for 3D printing, for a lot of superhero stuff. So that Daredevil I printed, the Fragile turtle leg. I got to get out to Tom. I got to send him that. My wife's like, "Get this out of the house." I'm like, "I got to do a video." I told Tom I apologize, and I think I owe you some stuff too. Oh no, do I, or is it JTAO stuff? I'm trying to remember. Well, I owe everyone some stuff that I've been printing, but she's like, "Get it out of here." I'm like, "I want to do a video first, but I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow. It's just do like B-roll, like take a lot of video and then I can edit it later."
Yeah,
because it did come out really cool. Yep.
Well, that one engine port for the Viper MK1, because that's the
screwed up,
scale. Right? Yeah, it broke, which I was gonna talk to you about trying to get it fixed.
Well, let me show you the one I found. Oh yeah, it's easy to. Well, if you had the file, it's easy to print a new one.
That's the key, trying to find the right size.
You got to write the right file. But what they do here they have all these modules you can do. Like now, like I learned how to make your own light box.
Nice.
But now you can do that. Like I did the Jaws one, but now you can take an image and just throw it in there, and it'll make the light box for you. So it's pretty.
I see a lot of.
It's pretty wild. Yeah. So
doing like the old retro signs, the Batman signs, and then the Batman animated sign, which I'm probably going to get a poster of that because it's really cool. That the Batman animated, that's just so classic. That look.
Yeah. So they have make your own statue. So I haven't tried that one. I guess you can scan it. They have a parametric model maker here. So the one I've been using is Make My Sign. You know, I know how to do it, but it's just so easy with using this module, so it goes right into the printer. They have also added this AI scan. I don't know how this works, or image to 3D model, generate an you know, how good is this? I don't know, but it's getting there with AI. So you know, if you have an image, it'll make a 3D model. It's pretty amazing. A 3D instruction from video. I don't know what the heck. How does this work? Yep. So yeah, you take the model.
We're scanning it.
Oh, and you walk around 3 times at 3 different viewpoints. Top. Please keep that center. Don't compress. Flip. Wow. I wonder how.
Yeah, like what that guy's doing there. One of the best things Bandai did for their Millennium Falcon, the huge one, about a foot and a half, 2 feet, I guess, was they scanned, or was that Icons? They scanned one of the original models, and then they made the masterpiece. And Icons had the really, you know, a couple $1,000s each one.
Yeah,
but Bandai got a hold of that somehow and did that. I don't know how they ever did it, but they have a Millennium Falcon. It's about $300-$400. They have a special edition one, about $450. But damn, dude, it's nice. Gosh, it's nice.
There's the you know, thing sign that I was doing. So you pull it, you make your I use Adobe Illustrator. There's tons of programs out there, Photoshop. I like using Illustrator, anything with the lines, so you know, anything detailed like that. So I use that. So you pull it into this program. It converts your image to SVG automatically, and then you can put it into the sign maker. Oh yeah, I should have gone into modeling for 3D printing. Yeah, you can do some amazing stuff, and you do. I'm sure you've done some really cool stuff, Steve. So that would be fun to.
And it's just getting better constantly. It's almost like laptops now and motherboards.
Yeah.
And, you know what kind of computer do you even? What's the? As long as you've been using these, it's the lowest one you're ever using them.
Well, you don't even need a fast computer for this stuff, because you're like, if you're just doing.
No, I meant like, do you even remember the first computer?
Oh yeah, I had a 4K Radio Shack color computer.
Oh,
so, yeah. But like, here, see, check this out. This automatic brush washer, like, you know, can do all these little quick prints in here, and like things that you couldn't buy really, and then I guess that washes your brush. So
well, you printed that organizer one for all your little paints and stuff, like, or not paints.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah,
the one you showed us a couple months ago, I think you showed us.
Yeah.
Those organizers are amazing, especially those battery ones that you showed us.
Yeah, those are great. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! If you have a garage or anything like that, that thing, you need that.
So check. Oh, of course, we've got Herbie. Look, so I've got Herbie, the love bug, and then someone did a 3D print of Herbie already. See, so you could like them, and then I can add them to my collection. So I'll add them to superheroes, movies, and TV. Yeah, so you could print your own Herbie. I don't know how good this is, but or it might be fun to make a small one with the multicolor. Either you could paint it or do multicolor. So and then there's comments down here. So head, body, two arms, base. So yeah, it'd be fun to try. Like, you scale it, you know, you can make a small version. Yep. So pretty cool. Yep. So there's that, and then there's also a Herbie clock that you can make here. The head of Herbie, and that's the clock, the hours, and that's the seconds, I guess. Yeah, motorized clock. I might print that. That's pretty damn cool. Yep. Pretty fun. Yep. So you're using, I guess that you're just using one of those cheap clock kits. Let's see if they're showing it. You buy it for like $10 or whatever, and you cut the hour, the hands off the clock. Yep. I guess, that's the seconds. Oh, so you need 2 of them probably. Yeah. Right there. So, and I guess it's geared, or maybe there's just one of them and it's geared, I guess. Yeah. So pretty cool. Yeah. So you buy the little, the clock there. Yeah. So not bad. Yep. So let's see what they have for Battlestar Galactica.
Oh god, dude, millions of stuff now. Just tons.
Have you been on this one or? Hope I spelled Galactica wrong.
No, not on this. Just people are trying to sell all
Oh
kinds of
yeah,
3D
yeah.
stuff now. All especially the Vipers.
Yeah. So is this the one I saw that was pretty cool?
That doesn't.
This
The one wing looks a little weird, but the rest looks pretty good.
Yeah. So this
That wing
is
looks like it's Photoshop. That's not bad.
Yeah, that looks pretty damn good to me. Yeah.
Well, you should see what this new company factory, the one I'll show you. I posted it to you. They're what they're coming out with.
Yeah.
Take whatever money I have left for.
Yeah,
Jeez,
I
dude.
saw that. Yeah. Printed without AMS though, and hand painted. I might have to print this. Yep. Looks pretty good. So I guess it's not. Maybe it's not perfect, but did they have an engine intake behind the? Was it open like that? That intake behind the?
Those
pilot?
are there's an open and then
open
intake,
behind
open.
the. Yeah. So pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, you could, if you want a Viper, it's tough to get, right? I mean, to get
I saw one on eBay. It was 21 inch. It didn't look that bad. I think if you're good at doing weathering and that kind of stuff, and it looks more realistic. Like all of these always look a little off, even though
see how because
cool.
the paint job is not as well. It's like it's out of the factory there, but this guy.
Like certain angles and stuff.
This guy did a nice paint job, or the one that's on top here. He's really good. You can tell it's battle scarred. That makes a big difference. I'm about to try to print that one. Yep. But yeah, it depends on your skill as a painter too. Your mileage may vary, but resize 50%. Yeah. Yeah, and if you're a really good painter, then you can make these things look awesome. Yeah. So, Battlestar Galactica. And this is the new Mark II.
Yeah, that's the 2.
Then you've got the Pegasus and.
And then you can tell a lot of them are just trying to make a quick buck. They're just so way off in there. It's just terrible. And then the one you were showing, it wasn't too bad.
No, that's pretty good. So I think that was the
Death
one.
Star looked pretty good.
Yeah, let me check my collection here. User profile. Then you can go save your collections. Oh, look at this one. I got to print this. This is Chibi thing mashup. It's like a Godzilla thing.
Godzilla thing.
I got to print that. Yeah,
that's
it'll take forever to print, but I got to do that. Yeah.
Or they haven't done a thing, a Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtle yet. I'm sure they have.
Like here's the FF mask from the movie. There's some light boxes, some FF stuff. Hey, Keely Chow. Yeah. Roll Tide.
Keely.
Yeah, and Lady V says, yes, stencil spray paint might be more accurate. Yeah, when you do the lines and stuff. Yep, definitely. Some keychains. And yeah, here's someone already did the spaceship. I thought the spaceship for the movie was very cool. This would be something that Tom and Nick would love. Check this out.
There you go. Yeah.
Little mini turtles. Like you can do fun stuff like this. And it's
those are kind of cool.
Those are cool, aren't they? Yeah. So
the
that
head,
one,
the
a lot of
look nice.
Yeah, they did a nice job. It'd take a while to print, but that's a lot of fun. Yeah, I guess you could scale them up and down. Yeah. So pretty cool. Yeah.
Because I think a few of the original, very very first ones, Teenage like Shredder and stuff like that, are going for grands. The really mint on card.
Crazy. Yeah.
Several grand, 2, 3.
And these are cool. So with those figures, you can print. You can do this little house, this little playhouse for the turtle. So you can print all this stuff. If you're a turtle fan, yeah. It's pretty cute. Yeah. So you can tell something's popular if it has a lot of downloads. Yeah.
Oh, I think that one's probably going to do well.
Cute. Yeah, that's a cute one. Yeah. Mini Hulks and
what's that?
This is for
animated grapple. What is that?
That's just the
grapple gun.
Grappling gun. Yeah, the grapple gun. Yep. And this is I did I printed Superman Where's Superman here?
That looks pretty good.
From this guy, from this artist. I knocked the gourd over. So here's a 3D print. That's another on my list to do a video of this. So this came out pretty cool. Yeah, with the 4 color, you print each part.
That looks so accurate, man.
That's pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, let's see.
Grab the. I think I've showed this before because I was thinking maybe you showed that and I was really impressed with it.
There's some good detail.
Yeah, it looks accurate.
If I can get that in there to focus. I mean, I didn't paint it by hand, but it's with the filament.
Oh, that's
pretty
like
good.
Almost
Pretty
dead
good.
on, dude. Yeah.
Well, the artist did a great job on this on that one.
Yeah,
but
looks
I mean,
good.
yeah, and if you look at it, right up, you're like, oh, this is yeah, you can see some of the problems with it, but very minor. But I chose to make the base, painted it, and made that. You got the Superman symbol. But yeah, this looks. I was going to do Batman, and the artist did the Flash, but this came out really damn good. So
did he put the head up there? It's like the face mark.
Yeah.
Nice, then. Yeah, not bad at all. Well, it looks like the JLA or Justice League.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty darn good. Yeah. Put him back here.
What is that to your hand? About 7.5, 7 inch?
Yeah. It's about 6 inches.
6. Cool.
6 inch, half-inch scale. Yep. Looks like it. So the same guy did Batman, and he did. Let's pull this back here. Yep. Same guy did Batman and the Flash. Yep. So this is how it prints. So it's a smart setup. So you print, with the 2 color machine. So you're just doing gray, black, and yellow here, and then you're printing the you break it up. So you're printing the body, the arms, the cape. Yep. So you're doing it separate like that. It's pretty cool. Yep. Sometimes the difference between stickers, model paint, and sprays. Yep. Yeah, I mean, if you use an airbrush, but rattle can is fine too. I mean, yeah. So people put down using rattle cans, but hey, and you like the ninja, yeah, the turtles. Yeah, catching up to the chat here. Yeah,
and the turtles.
Yeah.
JT's
I had a hard. Hey, JT. I had the hardest time finding a particular angel model. So disappointed with the 3D print sale, especially for the price. I have to ask if production cost is worth it. Well, if it's something that someone created, Steve, we got a great artist, 3D animator in the house, Steve Mitchum. I mean, your time to create something from scratch. So I'm guessing, $100 an hour to $150 an hour for someone skilled like that to make something. So say it takes them like 4 or 5 hours. Of course, they're not going to charge you outright, but their effort to create the model plus then to print it like this, what I'm printing now is going to take about, just starting here we go. There's the first layer of white. It's 4% done. It's going to take about 6 hours. So while you're printing that, your machine is tied up. You can't do anything else, right? That's why you try to fit more, multiple pieces if you can on the plate. So, but yeah, let me know, DM me, Lady V, or show me what you were trying to print, and maybe I can help you out. But
always like the some of the other ones. I'm really impressed with that Superman one. It reminds me of the creature from the Black Lagoon, the glow in the dark green one.
Yep.
Well, it's not really glow in the dark, but it's neon green.
Yeah, I did like that shiny.
Yeah, and your little Ghostbuster symbol. I love that thing.
Yeah,
I always like
grab the. Of course, we're supposed to talk about FF time, but I'm having fun doing this. But yeah, I'm joking.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's always
it's
like a glowy silk filament. It's a silk. But the details are pretty. I didn't paint this, but
I would.
I might just paint the eyes, like the eyes and the mouth. Maybe the eyes, just to give it a little
or print another one and
or you
make
could
it
do
darker.
well, you could do the the chest plate. You could do this section was always a lighter color. You could just a lot of things. These guys, if you just do like the eyes, you bring your
Show the
sculpture to
the
life.
fins in the back. That's what I always saying.
Yeah.
This is when you were first starting out and you started getting really better.
Oh
at
yeah,
it.
this is. Wasn't I
then-
just had a better machine, really? So I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, you
model
learn
this,
from your
but
mistakes. Like a
this
lot
is
of
from the
little things.
Patreon, yeah. But this came out damn good on the
Yeah, that thing
on
is
an
awesome,
FDM
man.
printer, not on my resin. The resin printer has a lot more detail, but yeah, that came out really good. Yeah.
The Shape of Water. Teague. I got that.
Like here's my Slimer. So this is with the 3D print. This is the resin printer. So you printed this in gray and then painted the Slimer. Oh, he's got my finger. Oh, sorry. But yeah, so see,
That's
like if you get
nice.
the eyes, there. You gotta have the eyes. Yep. So let's see if that
There it is.
Slimer focus.
Perfect,
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there. Dude, that's nice.
There's the mouth in there. Yeah. So all slimy. I think his teeth are a little bit too white, but yeah. So you had to.
It stands out from the green, though. It looks good.
I've got a bunch of shorts up on painting this, but you start with like a dark green, and then you keep doing different layers of paint, different colors and highlights, and oh, he's mooning us. Yep, we always want to get
Like a South Park joke there. And
yeah.
if anybody saw that
So,
episode.
Like here's a double press Starfleet command coaster. Yep. Which is pretty cool. Yeah. And here is so I haven't had a chance to paint this yet, but it's clobbering time. Yeah. So this is actually
Nice.
a mask. So it comes apart in 3 pieces. Unfortunately, my brain is way too big. I'm a big brain. Or as my wife said, you've got a lot of rocks in your head. So that's why it doesn't fit. So I have to upscale and print a bigger version. But you put there's magnets in here to so it sticks together. So now it's and you can change the there's different front plates with this. I bought this 3D model. So there's one with the cigar is the best one, but they've got one with the mouth closed, so you could change what you want to look like too. So I've got to paint that now. Yeah. So but let's see how that so Lady V, reach out to me and let me know what you're trying to print. If you've got the model already, I'll let you know. But yeah, they if you go to a professional service, they'll charge you how much filament you use and how much time. Yep. So that's what they'll do there. We'll catch up to the chat here. Of course, we've got the great JT Kirk here. Yep. And Keely says 6 inches doesn't even describe bleep bleep. Beware the Drew.
It's an old running joke. I know where you got that from.
I know that one. Yeah.
Yep. You've been around, you know that joke.
And hail to TZ. Yeah. And JT has arrived. Oh, and the England women's national team won the Euro for the first time since 2013. I did see that. Yep. I was watching that shootout. Yep. So let's see what I'm missing in the chat here. Oh, remember to subscribe and clobber like. Now I'm wondering this
Dadman.
Dadman's here. Hey, Dadman. Of course, when Dadman arrives, we've always got to play this.
Over that way.
God damn it, Mark. Jeez.
We did pre-play it, but now that Dadman is actually here, now he gets to hear it. So great to have you here, Dadman. Hope you had a great week. Yep. Oh, Oh no, Mighty's Daddy's got to go. Got to go. Have a great night. Well, great to see you, Steve. And
Hey,
here, let's
see you
play
later,
this.
Steve. Have a good one.
Play this. Now I'm wondering if this actually works. If I hit that, I guess you can't. I guess you can't. Oh, that was like something that StreamYard did, but you can't click on it. I guess, right? If you're in the chat,
What's
I
that?
guess you can't.
What do you mean?
That icon's not active. Yeah. You
Oh
can't
no,
click
it's
on
not. Is it embedded?
It's embedded, I guess. Yeah,
Or
StreamYard just added
it's
it.
not embedded. I mean,
Well, no, but it's
it
not
could.
active. It's just like a graphic, but it just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't you have? I put a little square in mine. I just don't think people know what it is. You know that little
Yeah,
square
there's
in the
a way to-
bottom. That's an
a way to-
active one.
Okay.
That might
yeah.
work.
I was just wondering.
Okay, so everybody unsubscribe, and then for
No,
next
don't do that.
week,
No.
we'll come back and try it.
Don't do that.
See if
Yeah,
it works.
No.
Just kidding.
Yeah, an animal tooth. Yeah, the shape of the water creature. Yep, from Camp Yago. Yep. Moonrise Kingdom. Right. Yep. Them green booty cheeks. Yep, I guess that's Slimer. Yep. And better thing in the new movie.
Did you do a Hellboy one that I liked a lot? What was that bigger one that you did that I was just like, holy cow? Can't remember now.
Is it Hellboy? I don't know if I've.
I don't think
I've
it
done
was Hellboy because now Admiral T's got me thinking of the characters, the water creature, Abe Sapien, and Hellboy, and I'm thinking, and you have one, a bigger one that I can't remember which one it is.
Well, I've done recently. I've done Daredevil. I did the Hulk.
That's the one, Daredevil.
The Hulk. Oh, Daredevil.
No,
okay, yeah, I
the
did a really
Daredevil
big
one.
Daredevil. Yeah, really big. I've done a bunch of them. I started painting. Well, not painting. You got to do the prep work. So I started that and haven't finished even like doing the sanding. I printed like 5 of them.
Dude, the gray looks good. You just paint the DD on it, and it's maybe the
but you got to sand the seams and stuff. I'm a perfectionist, so
yeah,
gotta have.
We're
I got to have those. Yeah,
that's kind of my problem with my Spawn thing. There's one gap in between the capes because it's so big. It's like a 20-some inch figure.
Yeah, is it 3D printed or is it?
No, it's an original.
Original, okay.
It's an original McFarlane. They're up in the three. They're expensive now. Well, nope, don't want to do that. So this is just like the back of it.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's just the back of it right there.
That's massive. Yeah.
Well, that's just part of it. So then that piece goes here. So it goes from there.
Jeez.
That's just but the problem I have is like you. So if this doesn't fit, I can't take that gap in there. It drives me insane. So I think I was going to talk to you about the resin it's color all the way through. I was just going to get an old coarse file and just file it until it comes down even. That would work, right? Or would it?
Yeah,
crack?
yeah.
It's pretty. Pretty flexible.
Well, do the pins bottom out?
Well, I
could also sand the bottom of the pins just so that it's not as long.
Yeah, I'd take the pins out and glue it once I get it even, so I wouldn't even care.
But is that a figure you bought from McFarlane, or is it a custom?
No, it's a McFarlane one. Yeah. So sorry, I had a little critter in my apartment right before I was trying to come on, so that's part of it there.
Wow.
You can see how big it is. So.
Well, the cape is massive, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Juan always has that crazy cape. Yep.
The way it has problems, like they cut the arm off, so he has a really huge hand, and that doesn't want to fit correctly either. So it's like, I don't know, Mark, how to fix something like that. You would just need a file, I guess, a good course.
Yeah.
A couple of different ones, a big one, a coarse one, then a fine one, and just sand it down to make it even. But I'm hoping to get this one done soon.
Oh, everyone from Midnight's Edge just joined. So hail to all the Midnight Edge viewers.
Oh, sweet.
We're doing Tom was doing the tier list for all the Marvel movies tonight. So
oh wow,
glad everyone made it here. And I was on there earlier. So yeah, my Captain America Civil War, not Civil War, Winter Soldier has got to be the most popular.
You like that one better than Civil War?
Yeah. Winter Soldier. I think that's probably what everyone picks as the best one. Yep. Hey, Professor R2 is here. I think R2, are you jealous that I have? Now I've got this lovely Herbie bot.
That's my Venture Brothers guy right there, Mark.
Look at the colors that they copied the colors here too, right? Yeah. So of R2, right? Yeah. Well, of course, FF is blue and white too, so it's not too much of a stretch. But yep, Bebop. This is Professor R2, and of course, here's more of my swag from the movie. So of course, I had to have the thing. I'm wearing this hat, and the girl at the popcorn stand, the concession stand. Which mug would you like? I'm like, this one. Which one's that? Like the thing. Now I'm gonna have to paint this because this, as cool as this is, you gotta have. You need the fours got to be painted. So I'm gonna paint that blue and the ring blue. And I'm thinking of actually going over this with my paint and doing the lines in between using. And Matthew says, "Say it. You know you want to say it." That was funny in the movie. You don't want to say it. So here we go. So the FF movie, it's a cartoon based on the characters in their world, and I guess the thing in that cartoon, he so there's a cartoon.
There we go.
Hey, it's clobbering time in real life.
But Ben doesn't do it in the movie. No spoiler alerts.
He does. Well, he does. Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Eventually, and it's Galactus. But here's the new sign. This is what I'm 3D printing right now. So I'd shown this on Tom's, but thing parking only. Violators will be clobbered. You'll be clobbered. So right now I'm printing another one here. Let's see. Share screen. So this is not too exciting now. It's just, excuse me, hiccup there. It's just the base. It's just the base. Yep. So, we'll keep checking that out when it gets to something cool. Yep. And Brian needs a 7-Zark 7. What's a 7-Zark 7? And what am I missing there?
Oh, hey Brian, I missed Brian in the chat. Sorry.
No, Brian's been here for a bit.
I totally missed him.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're doing good. Yep.
And Tim.
Yeah, it blends in too much, bleeds out. Yeah, you need to fix the mug here. It's got to I mean, you can see it, but they save money on the paint job there. Yep. And hail to Tim Hayes. Yep. So this actually pops out. Now the one thing, so he's got the feet are really loose. I had to put some. I'm gonna glue them in there. But so there's a base
feet. That's all like my NECA figures. There's always the feet.
Yeah, well, there's pegs in the feet. Yeah. So, but they're really loose. So I put some of that fun tack in there just for now. But I think I'll glue them because you're never gonna take them out. So when they give you this, it's not assembled. You got to assemble in the theater. So I guess if you're drinking, you don't want to have him on there. But you do if you've got the base there. So I'll probably just get some crazy glue and just glue them together so we don't lose the base there. Here, this sign is actually coming in handy to get everything in focus. Let's see if I can do this. Yep. How long I've been doing YouTube? Let's see.
You still have to.
Yeah. Clobbering Toms. Yep. It's a pretty cool. It's a Funko looking dude. But Funkos are sometimes can be good, right? Yeah.
I like.
Battle of the Planet. Battle of the Planets. There we go. Oh, speaking of Battle of the Planets, let's see. Hold on here.
That's one show I remember, but I don't remember actually ever watching it. And it's so popular. It's still popular.
Mark, even though he spells his name wrong.
Yeah.
Gotcha, man. Yeah, G-Force.
That's nice.
I love this cartoon. Yep. And I got this figure for $7.
Damn, dude.
Deal.
Nice.
Yeah, that was like 20 years ago, but
hey.
they've got Princess and Keop And so that's Mark. And then, of course, you gotta have Tiny to go along with that. There we go. The lighting there is tough, but yeah. Love Tiny. Yep. So this was also $7 at the comic book shop. And they've got
they're
well, so they got the
already
Jason
selling it.
Zoltar. Well, this was, no one
100%.
wanted to buy it.
Yeah, but
You
they
know.
would now.
G-Force was not that. Yes, it was popular, but I mean, plus the figures back then weren't that. I think the Marvel Legends were $10 back then or $11. So this might seem cheap, but yeah, Zoltar.
Yeah, but
I
they're
wish.
pretty cool figures.
Oh, they're great figures. Yeah, I haven't opened. I've probably never opened these. But
I was going to
I know
say,
Tiny's hungry.
you opened, but I don't think you're going to open those. I wouldn't.
No, I don't think so because they're
those.
pretty cool. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Yeah, yeah.
You could probably get some used ones, beat up ones on eBay if you really wanted an open one.
I bet you they're expensive. I bet you they're. I'm just guessing
that
they're expensive. Yeah, because it's kind of obscure series, especially as we're getting older here too. So, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, even Batman Beyond's 25 years old already?
Yeah. So yeah.
I couldn't believe it when I was showing that figure. It was like 1999. Holy crap.
And it tastes good, but have high cholesterol. The G-Force version of the cartoon had different voices. Yeah. I remember hearing about that. Yeah. Bargain, my man. Yeah. And different names in the G-Force version. Okay, thank you. And she says,
"Yeah, a beat up
about Battle of the Planets is one of my favorite shows of all time." Yeah, I loved it as a kid watching that in cartoons after school. Yep, great stuff. Yep.
Yeah, you can find them on Fleabay, but a beat up one.
How much are they?
Oh, anywhere from 60 and higher in the box. Beat up ones out of the box with nothing. It's like $18 plus delivery. You're not getting any of that in that nice condition for $7.
Yeah,
unless you get it
at
auction and get lucky.
Yep.
Anywhere from, let's see, Gotcha Man here, 70 plus delivery, 80.
Yeah, so nothing's cheap.
70, 59
for one figure.
For one.
Yeah,
for one. That's in the box. You can't even get a standalone for $7.
Yep.
100 for a nice one like you have. The one you have right now, there's one for 100.
$100, right? Yep.
Yeah, you can get them cheaper.
Probably the most popular. Those are probably the two most popular characters, I'm guessing. They're Mark and Tiny, and maybe the princess too. Well,
yeah. Well, you just have to shop and be patient.
You go to Comic-Con and see if you can find. Yeah, you got to make a list of what you're looking for. But those were. Who did those figures? Let me see.
Oh, he loves Batman Beyond? Yeah, I got a 14-inch figure, Terry McGinnis in the suit from 1999. In really great condition for like less than $40.
Oh, new these figures were $11. Yeah, so new was 11 on the box. Series 1. And who makes these? Made in China. Oh, Diamond Select, yeah. No, so they're damn good figures, yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, that's why I've got them on the wall. I found, I've been trying to go through some of my collection. It's like you forget what you have. So it's crazy. Yeah. So, and Carolyn Lorg says, I haven't gotten around to watching the original Japanese Gatchaman. 7's Arc 7 isn't in the original. Not sure if it's in G-Force either. Okay. There we go. All right, so I think we should talk a little bit about the Fantastic Four. What do you think?
Yeah, let us know what you got going on with it. I want to hear about Galactus.
Well, first of all, in the chat, have who's seen it in the chat?
Spoiler alert's coming.
Well, I'm going to do non-spoilers first, but
R2 likes the Batman
limited BD of Batman Beyond with a Funko Pop. Cool. Yeah, it's Batman Beyond was groundbreaking, I thought too. It's like, and it was a great way to age up Bruce Wayne, but still keep him relevant. Bring him into the future. So Terry McGinnis is a great character.
They featured Ace in there, so I don't know if R2 has seen this one. Mark, you've seen it. I think I've shown it on the show, but he mentioned the Funko Pop, that little one. Remember the one with the skinny legs?
Yep.
That one, I like this one. It's so cool. But there's a couple on Fleabay right now. One was really, really beat up, and another
Oh,
one
we
I
have a
saw.
special guest here. Six is here. Hey, Six.
Hey, this for R2.
How's it going? Thank you for joining.
It's huge.
Thanks for having me. I clicked
Thanks,
the wrong
Sis.
link because I'm an imbecile.
Oh, you clicked the wrong one? You went back to Tom?
And I saw that, no, the wrong link from you. It was the one for
okay.
Klobby's stream.
Oh, the memorial
And I'm sitting there
stream one.
like, well, wait, this says the stream ended. What happened?
What happened? Damn you, Mark. Yeah. all good. Yep. So, well, great to have you here. That was fun. What on the tier list? What was universally considered the best one? I'm guessing Captain America.
I just threw my notes away. Hang on.
No, I'm guessing it was Winter Soldier is always considered the best, or Infinity War.
Endgame was up there. Captain America, Civil War. Yeah.
Infinity War, yeah, and I mean, and hey, Tom is here. Great to see you, Tom. I mean, just Marvel's is just such a high note there, right? And then after Endgame, it's for the most part, downhill. There was some stuff I liked, but it just never achieved that level of greatness again. So
no, and
which is a shame.
Will.
Yeah, they never. Yeah, it's tough to duplicate.
So what was that? What was that toy that Dave had?
Dave, yes,
R2 mentioned Batman Beyond, and I was going to show. Professor R2 and I are kind of Venture Brothers fans. He has a ton of the action figures from Venture Brothers.
Yeah.
So I was just showing. Oh, I guess I got to do my camera. And we had mentioned earlier that how old stuff is, like Battle of the Planets, even Batman Beyond. The only reason I got it is because it still has the original tag.
Mm-hmm.
It's from 1999. I'm like, what? It's 25, 26 years already?
I wonder if that's in the Warner Brothers store back in the day. That was so much fun to go to.
Yeah, I think there's one on eBay now,
guys. What does the tag say? Does it say Warner Brothers store on the tag? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
The original.
Yeah.
I think there's one on eBay now for around $30. It looks, well, there's one that's beat up, but then they were talking about Funko Pop. They don't do the pops, but they did this thing called Hero World. So I got a little Batman and this little guy. So that
he's doing like the Karate Kid stance that he does on
he's kind of cool. I got that one $7 with a Batman one over there. So we like to bargain shop, right, Mark?
Yeah. Well, if you can find a bargain,
it's hard these days. Some of the stuff you want, considering that Star Trek ship I'm gonna show everybody. So
only $15,000. I mean, I'm sure my wife would love it if I bought that.
Yeah.
Just don't tell her.
Just don't tell her.
I'll handle the finances, honey. Let me have the checkbook.
Wait till you see this ship, Six. Holy sheep shit. It's insane.
But unfortunately, she's got an MBA in finance, so she's the money person.
And you're the engineer, so
Mark's not getting any sympathy from that end of this household there, Six. All right.
Yeah, the Amazon box came tonight. What's in there? I'm like, just filament. Yep. So I'm trying to print a lot of these signs. So
I agree, Matt.
House for yourself in case you get into big trouble and you have to spend it in the yard.
I agree. If they can write it well, they can do a Batman Beyond, and they would do well.
All right. So Six, you did see the Fantastic Four. No, that's okay. Yeah, you did see the Fantastic Four movie.
I did. Yeah.
You did. Yeah. Did you get any swag when you were there? Did you get any
no, cool, and you know
mugs like this or anything? Yeah.
I keep seeing people with stuff, and I'm like, I didn't even. Well, but I went to kind of a mom and pop. It's a super smaller chain. They have like 3 theaters, I think. But I remember when I went to see Superman there, they had a Superman poster on the counter. Completely forgot to grab one. For free, yeah. There was like a stack of them, and I can't believe, because I was going to get my ticket, take the poster, put it in my car, come back in, get my popcorn, and I don't even know what the hell I was thinking.
Oh god! Well, the old days, I should say the old days, but when I used to go to the movies on back in the day, it was a Thursday night at midnight, and like Lord of the Rings or any of the Marvel movies. Now they've wizened up, and they're like, why do we have to show the movie Friday morning at 12:01? Let's just open Thursday night, But for years, I would go to the midnight show with my good buddy Chris, and they would always give a ton of posters. I have so many posters from all those movies in tubes. There's no room for everything, but you would get, and they had mainly it was posters they would give out, and then the popcorn buckets, but they were just like popcorn tins for the most part. The first one I got was Rogue One, and now the buckets have just gone nuts. So it's crazy.
I used to work at a movie theater. I was working at a theater when The Lion King came out. That's how old I am. And I have a poster, a Lion King poster, and it has no words on it. I don't know what you call those.
Virgin usually.
Yeah. And we were just kind of, I was a supervisor, and we were just kind of putzing around in the storage room cleaning stuff up, and we found all these posters, and I was like, oh, I'll take that. So I should probably look it up and see if it's worth anything. Because when I took it home, I thought, well, this is probably pretty special.
Well, what's cool, you just check on.
It's weird.
If you check on, I call it Fleabay, of course, but take a picture of it, and if you can do Google, the Google Lens search.
Yeah,
and you can just check image search and just see. Oh, awesome! Tom is here.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, Tom.
Not much. I thought I'd stop by for just a little bit at least. I didn't want to rain on the parade, so.
Oh, thank you. Yep. So, what was the number one movie, or what was your number one Marvel movie on your tier list, Tom?
We only got halfway through the list, so
okay,
roughly. So, if that, I don't even know. I had to count. Yeah.
Was it Deadpool? I think wasn't that your number one? Tom?
So far, that was no. There was a few of them in there. I mean, we had in the A's, and I agreed with pretty much all the A's. So, I mean, my personal favorite Marvel movies, if I want to tease like what's coming up.
Yeah, no spoilers, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I mean, my personal favorites besides Captain America, which we've already covered in Civil War and Deadpool and Wolverine, would probably be like the Guardians films. Thor Ragnarok is kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. Spider-Man No Way Home was a lot of fun, but I haven't got a chance to rewatch it in a while, so I don't know how well it holds up. But yeah, that'd probably be my next ones in line besides some of the OGs like Iron Man and stuff like that.
Yeah, Guardians, I think I picked that as the first Guardians movie was my number 3 Marvel movie. Plus, it was the surprise of how good it was too, right? Because
partially, and I mean, and I have no attachment to any of the OG characters. Like the only one I think I'd ever heard of would have been Rocket, maybe, and that was vicariously. So yeah,
I think I got into the Guardians movies because Tom would play the soundtracks on Mead Radio. And the soundtracks are fucking phenomenal because they never looked like my kind of movie. I thought, well, I don't understand what the hell they're doing. I don't know what's going on. But then, the soundtracks and then I watched the movie. I fucking love those movies. Especially the Christmas special is probably my favorite of all the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff.
Oh, the Christmas special is so damn good. So here's here's Yondu, right?
Yondu.
Yeah.
So everyone recognizes this, right?
And I'm not surprised Six enjoyed the Guardians films because once you realize that they're pretty much comedy versions of the Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah. So
they took the soundtrack and put it into the plot of the movie. It was an integral part of Star-Lord's whole deal. So it was kind of like a cool way of doing it.
Mark, how do you always have, it doesn't matter what we're talking about, you always have multiple toys. And I don't do you get up to get them? Do you get up to get them, or do you?
He can't tell you, Six. He will not tell you. He's not going to tell you.
I'm not going to tell Mrs. D.
I have a bag of holding. I have a bag of holding.
It's Nerd Secrets.
I actually just bought this figure.
It's the same way that I pull movies out all the time.
You do
pull a bunch of Smurfs working back there, and as soon as somebody brings it up in chat or on the panel, they run and grab the figure real quick and bring it in.
See?
Yep.
You're giving away the magic trick, damn it.
But I just bought this. I had it under my desk, and of course, this is not Captain America's shield. Who knows what that is in the chat?
Captain
idea.
Jew? I don't know. What is it?
Not Captain America?
No.
Oh, it's a
No,
Guardians of the
that's it.
Galaxy original character. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I was gonna say poker
Okay.
chip was my next guess.
Yeah,
That's
no,
the,
but
that's the police force for the planet.
the Nova Corps?
The Nova,
well, it's, I know it's a
not
character.
Nova.
One of the characters has a shield in the original
Oh,
Guardians of
really?
the Galaxy.
I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah.
I haven't
So,
seen it in a long time.
Yeah, so that's that. I don't know where I got that, but it's Velcro on the back, or maybe I got it at a Comic-Con somewhere. But yeah, so it's just crazy with having all these figures around. So of course, like we're going to talk a little bit about FF tonight. So of course, I've got my Jack Kirby figure at the ready with the turtles. Yep,
That's
so you got to
cool,
have
man.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is fun when someone mentions something to be able to pull it up. Yeah. So, but yeah, good to see Kirby get some love there. In this movie. So yeah.
Did you see his daughter tweeted out something about she had a picture of the screen when they had his quote up. And she tweeted
Yeah, I
it
saw
out.
that.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll try to find that. Let's see what R2 says here. Let's see. Lots of people hate Ragnarok, but I enjoy it for what it is. Thor in the MC was a stale character and needed a different approach. They took it too far afterward, but Ragnarok was fun. Yeah, I'd give that sentiment 100% because it's like when you have too much of a good thing, right? Maybe I don't. One scoop of ice cream is good, but I don't need 6 scoops of ice cream. Or maybe it's So. And Hemsworth is so great at the comedy and his delivery, but then they just went overboard with and Thor shouldn't be the butt of jokes. He should just be like the fish out of water type of character, but not be the butt of jokes.
And right, like I can't
Thor.
argue with a lot of people's points and their dislikes of the film. It's just to me the bugs are the features. Right? Like I get it. Like I can't argue that it is a bit more of the Superman 3 of the Marvel universe, at least at that time. But again, I'm the guy that unapologetically loves Superman 3. So to me, it's like, yeah, I love that movie for its goofiness, for the fact that it doesn't take itself so seriously. I totally understand the people that are like, oh, but they did this to Planet Hulk and Ragnarok and whatnot. And it's like totally fair points, guys. I cannot argue with that. But I'm also not going to lie and say I didn't enjoy the piss out of the movie. Like, I love him and Thor, Hulk and Thor, and their interaction. Not so much Mark Ruffalo, but the when he's Hulk, like that.
Did Thor Love and Blunder make the list?
Not well. It's
I like
it's
that
coming
movie.
up. 6 liked
really?
it, but to me that was one of the worst films. Ugh.
I didn't even go.
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't watch
horrible,
it.
yeah.
I remember actively being
that's-
upset throughout that film. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, and I remember getting out of that film and thinking, "Oh, it's going to be so much fun to talk about this movie on me tonight." It was so good. And then Tom and I were messaging, and I was like, "Oh, it's not going to be as much fun as I thought."
Well, what's sad
well,
about it is it had potential for me because I am somebody who was like, okay, I did like Thor Ragnarok, unlike a lot of other people. So it was basically the movie, up to the movie, to really disappoint me, and it did, right? Because I went into it with a bit more positive outlook than most people probably did, like 6. But unfortunately, I just didn't have that experience because to me, it was like all the great things about Thor Ragnarok and the complaints that people had about Thor Ragnarok, I can attribute to Thor Love and Thunder, and times 10, right? Like, yeah. And especially when you just break it down to they try to make a comedy about somebody who's dying of cancer, right? Like that's just.
Well, the problem was that they screwed up the original story, which was so good. If you read, the God, what's the character's name? The guy that's killing everyone, the God Butcher, and that arc, it's 25 issues by Jason. Oh God, I'm losing my mind here tonight. Jason, I was gonna say Jason Priestley. It's not Jason Priestley.
That's going back.
Yeah,
Wow,
I remember
you're
Jason
tired.
Priestley. Yeah, I'm tired. I had to. I started a project that I had to move a. It was like reorganizing the basement, trying to make room, and like moving. Oh, Jason Aaron. I had to look it up. God, Jason Aaron. I love Jason Aaron's writing, and the God Butcher saga. And what happens is it's kind of crazy. Like Thor's no longer worthy to hold the hammer because Nick Fury whispers something in his ear. I can't remember what the hell it was. So he loses all his confidence and he can't hold the hammer. And that's when Jane Foster, the hammer calls to Jane Foster. But Thor's got this fantastic saga that's just amazing. And when you read the comics, and it's got nothing to do with Jane Foster. And then Jane Foster comes in the end, and then Thor finds out that, you know, she's got cancer and she's dying. But my God, they were phenomenal comics to read. Just loved them. But they, then you had that whole controversy of, Jane Foster's replacing Thor, and Thor was always Thor. But they should have called her something else. And then they announced it on The View. I remember, I don't watch The View, but you heard about it like broke on The View that Jane Foster was going to be Thor. And that's when Marvel was really screwed up. It was stupid. It was like, just she's going to have the powers or whatever. But the story is just so well done. And when you watch Love and Blunder, as Clobby called it, it's just such an abomination, a screw up of the story. And they've got the story right there. So JT totally never watches The View.
Well, whatever it was, it just didn't have the charm that Ragnarok did, unfortunately. So it just was one of those things that
remember when I think it was at San Diego Comic-Con that they had a panel for the movie, and they had Natalie Portman like holding the hammer, and she could barely hold it up. She needed like two hands to hold it up.
And that was the fake thing. Like, I'm sure it didn't even weigh that much.
She's got these skinny little and I love Natalie Portman, because I'm such a huge Star Wars prequel fan. And so like Natalie Portman, just she can do no wrong for me. So I just kind of felt bad.
I remember her in The Professional. How old is that movie?
Oh,
that's old. 94, 5, somewhere in there. 93 is a late, maybe.
But she's a little kid in that movie, right? Leon the Professional.
Just a little kid.
Leon the Professional,
Yeah, so here's
which is strange because I love that movie, but I've gotten to a point where, like, for years, all I watched was the French version because that was the only version they had on, I think, Blu-ray for a while or whatever it was. I had the old one on DVD. But then all of a sudden, like, I hadn't watched it in a while, and then I just watched the director's cut here, like, either late this last year or earlier this year. I can't remember which. And I'm like, God. And now I start to see a lot of the creepiness that people were talking about with this movie for some reason I never noticed before. So I'm like, maybe next time I'm going to stick with the theatrical cut. Yeah, because the director's cut, what it adds back in, there's some stuff that I think there's a couple bits that do help the movie make it better. But there's also a bunch of these awkward fucking scenes between Leon and Natalie Portman's character, because she is having like this whole thing of like this conflict of, this father figure in her life, plus also being like somewhat romantically attracted to him at the same time. So it's like, and her being so young, the way he reacts to it most of the time is pretty good, but it's just the fact that you have this young girl trying to seduce this man who's probably even old enough to maybe even be her grandfather, let alone her father at that point. Like, it's like, yeah. You ever seen the Leon, the full version?
Well, I'm Googling it now, and
yeah. The French version, yes.
Dude, I don't think I ever saw that one.
So you basically got like 10 or 11-year-old fucking Natalie Portman hitting on fucking Leon throughout several scenes. In one scene, I think she even puts on like this dress and makeup and shit. It's like all that stuff's cut from the American version.
Robe,
and all that business,
and stuff.
Yeah, but is she just having a crush? Like, I had a crush on my
It is kind of a crush, but it gets a little too far at some points, like to the point where Leon has to like, and again, the character does a good job of like pushing it off when she finally takes it too far, but it's just the fact that it's in there. It kind of is like, at the time, I guess I didn't really think too much of it, but now watching it as an adult, as a parent, and all that kind of shit. But no, the theatrical version doesn't even have any of that crap in it. They cut all that stuff out of the American theatrical version. So
good.
Well, people don't even want to go there anymore. That's not saying that's a bad thing, but
Right.
any inference, like in the old days, you would like Six is saying, yeah, you could have a crush on.
I think it's more that
someone.
I'm just an adult and I'm a father now, maybe more so than anything. Because that was probably the main kind of point of it. Like
Yeah.
back then, I didn't think too much of it. Like even back then, I could see a kid dying in a movie and I would just be like, whatever, right?
Like Jaws.
But as soon as I became a parent, it's something you notice. Like and that it kind of segues into the Fantastic Four, actually. If you want to get into that real quick,
Yeah, we
'Cause I
definitely.
can say my piece and then I can let you guys talk about how much you love it. But like that was one of my biggest points of contention with the film. In fact, somebody did a good job of clipping my rant last night. If you want to just play that.
Oh yeah, that would be fun. Yeah,
Somebody
I'll play that.
clipped it.
But here, let's
Somebody
show off
clipped it
Natalie
already.
Portman's arm. Look at Natalie Portman's
Oh yeah,
arms
yeah.
there.
Sorry, you were in the middle of that. I'm sorry.
No, that's almost it. No, I'm joking. But look at her arms
Lady
there.
Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lady Thor, and then there's Thor. Actually, gets his arm cut off by the God Butcher. Was it God Butcher? I think it was. But it's just that was a great saga. That's what just pisses you off. And Tom, you were mentioning to close out the Thor stuff. Ragnarok. They did f up the. If you read the comics were even better. Like they didn't have the rights to Silver Surfer then, so Thor is fighting the Hulk instead of. Hulk is fighting Thor instead of the Surfer, which is okay. But like the other characters, they made them comedic jokes, and I still love the movie. But like Meek is destroyed, and Meek is actually flips and is a bad evil character, turns into an evil character, and Takiti Waititi is playing for a joke. The big rock dude that's the original guy that Thor when Don Blake finds the hammer. So like as a comic book insider, it can be frustrating, but it's just they take it too far. So Ragnarok's okay, but God, if we had gotten that original whole saga of the Planet Hulk saga, oh my God, that's so good.
Yeah, I didn't know that Thor wasn't supposed to be a joke. And I think it was that night on Mead when we were talking about Thor Love and Thunder, because to me, he'd always been kind of a jokey guy. And I've never picked up, I don't know anything about Thor in the comics. And so, because he was kind of a joke since the beginning. And so I didn't know that he wasn't like supposed to be.
Well, you're not wrong, Six. Has always kind of been a comedic element to Marvel's Thor. Like even in fact, like especially at least the translations to screen, I should say, because even going back to like the Hulk, the special TV movie they did with Thor, like even that had a lot of comedic moments and fish out of water stuff with Thor, and it actually was really reminiscent of, I don't know if you guys saw the shorts they did with Thor and his roommate.
That sounds hilarious.
Those were like that was basically I'm like, oh, they needed him in one of the movies because people forgot, and I totally had spaced it out too. That, and I don't know how much of this is an element in the Marvel comics, but he had like a counterpart on Earth, right? That would either call him or become Thor. How did that work?
He was a doctor. He got banished from Odin, banished him, and they didn't do that arc. What was his name? Dr.
Donald Blake. So what happens in the original?
Quick, but
in the original comic, Thor.
Yeah, because wasn't his roommate named Donald?
Yeah, well, they did that.
He had like a limp and everything like that, and he was
no, but in the shorts. But yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, in the shorts in the original Marvel.
I'm saying that's where they think they were drawing the comparison to, and that's what I was thinking of. But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to disrupt that. But you were saying, Dave, he's a doctor.
Well, Odin originally had banned him. Well, at least the arc. Mark knows more. I'm just kind of remembering as a kid, people in the chat were bringing it up too, that he had originally gotten banned, and he had had to look it up real quick. Alter ego,
so what happened? He was banished from Asgard, but he was mind wiped. So Odin is all powerful. So Odin mind wipes him. So he's out on an excursion, and the creatures are attacking from, is it Saturn, if my memory serves? And so what happens? These creatures are and it's actually. Here's the picture. Those are the guys from Thor Ragnarok. So that's the what's his name? What's the other? What's the guy's name on that Thor Ragnarok? Let me goggle it. But anyway, so he's got a walking stick, and he finds he's crippled, so he finds this cane, and he bashes the cane 2 times onto the ground. and he becomes the mighty Thor, and he has no idea he actually is Thor. So that was what was wonderful about the series as it ran. So he would, if he ever let go of the hammer, I think it's 60 seconds, he would automatically revert back to Donald Blake and have no powers. So multiple times, like he'd be falling and he'd try to get the hammer back, and you had this Lois and like Superman and Lois. You've got that too with Don Blake and what's her name? I'm forgetting her name already. Lady
I can't
Thor.
remember.
Yeah, Lady
I
Thor.
can't remember the. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. It's Jane Foster. Yep. So you had that, love triangle
forget
going
that
on there too. Yep. So yeah, so that was what was so great about Korg. So Korg is one of the creatures that they first the Thor first encountered. So it takes a long time before Thor actually finds out that he's Thor. I can't remember what what issue
he
it
found
was.
it in a cave or something, like you
Yeah,
were
he
saying.
finds
I
it in
can't
a cave,
remember.
yeah.
I read this as a kid. I used to have them. All the comics I used to have, but
Yeah,
just barely remembered that all of a sudden when we started talking about it. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because that was kind of my initial point, was like this version of Thor is quite different from what I initially remembered the Marvel version of Thor being. So yeah. But
Yeah,
so like if they had leaned a bit more into the Daryl roommate stuff, that I wouldn't have had a problem with that. But like the way Thor Love and Thunder did it was just
it was just a script. Yeah, so it's Journey into Mystery number 83. That's the first appearance of Donald Blake, aka Thor. So they did that too. A lot of times they would just to save money, they wouldn't want to create a new magazine, so they would, or a new book. So they would just, change it over and use the number and say this is now Thor, because Marvel was so cheap that it would cost money to set up a whole new publication. So that's what they would. That's what they would do.
Black Panther was introduced, and Fantastic Four.
Yeah. So let's get on to the FF here. What was fun too was
that's that. You have that tab open. I've got that tab ready.
Yeah. So what was fun here, I did like the movie. We're going to play Tom's rant now. But I found an article way back from 2023 about the fan cast that I want to show. But as an intro, let's play Tom's. I
just wanted to get the negativity out of the way, because at least I think I can probably end up with some of the positives that way. Because this isn't even the full negativity, but this was me just going off last night.
And I think I was on with you last night when you're doing this too, right?
Oh, this is on Yellow Flash, I think.
Oh, this is Yellow Flash. Okay.
So this is a totally different one. This is where I totally fucking lost it at one point.
One of many.
All right, let's hear
but
Tom.
yeah. So this is just one of them, but
here we go. Cue 3, 2, 1, go.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't make it less. Sorry, I thought it was already up there. That was my fault.
There we go.
Everybody
look, you may say that it's easier to follow and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make it less stupid. At least Superman made a little bit more sense, even with the comic booky elements. Because, like, here's the thing, as a parent that really pissed me off, why in the world did they go straight from the fucking ship to a press conference instead of actually talk? They, at no point in this entire movie do they ever talk to the president or any dignitaries from any other fucking countries. They just decide everything in this fucking movie.
That's
and then
not
the
true.
dumb shit.
No, they do.
When?
They do
When?
consult with the world leaders.
When? I don't remember seeing it. And then when I saw it, and I didn't
The
take
whole
a piss.
scene where they build the bridges, Tom.
Okay, that's my next point after I'm done with this, because this is, as a parent, to piss me off. Forget that part for a second anyway. Because as a parent, this is what pisses me off. Because they asked, did you defeat Galactus? No, we didn't. Why not? He wanted something and the price was too high. Well, what was the price? By our child. At that point, you don't tell us anything of that shit. In fact, don't tell anybody that stuff. Why? Because Galactus was fucking coming anyway. Them telling. Why are you freaking out? Because it's so fucking stupid as a fucking parent. Why would you do that? No. You literally just made a martyr out of your fucking child to the whole world for no good fucking reason. Galactus was already coming, no matter what. He was coming to the fucking planet. They didn't have to say a fucking word. Instead, they turned the whole world against them, and then all of a sudden, Sue does one little fucking speech, and everybody's on their side again. Fuck this movie.
Yes.
Fuck it. Fuck it up its goddamn ass, and the fucking, we're gonna move the whole planet. In 36 hours, they construct fucking things all over the goddamn planet and conserve all this fucking energy for the Silver Surfer to come in and destroy it in 2 fucking seconds. And then they get the idea that they should have gotten in the first place to fucking just send fucking Galactus to the other goddamn fucking stupid fucking dimension like they did fucking Ultraman in the fucking oh no! This fucking movie. And then they turn around and kill. Let me finish. Then they turn around and kill Sue Storm just like they did at the end of Rise of the Silver Surfer, and her fucking baby brings her back to fucking life. The most ugly looking CGI fucking baby I've ever seen in my fucking life. And everybody's giving this garbage a fucking pass.
Well, Mark, you're next.
I'm laughing.
Mark, you're up.
See, it's funny now because I know he lived through it.
I take it back that I said I like it. I'm going to go
People
now.
gotta understand, some of that is like 25% performance, right? Like I'm a very passionate person, but like I do put some stank on it, right? Like when I'm going off, it is partially almost like a comedian's act, right? Like I know what I'm doing. I'm amping it up in the right places. Yes, I'm exaggerating. I'm exacerbating, whatever you want to call it. Like I'm just blowing it out there like that. But sometimes some of that genuinely comes from a place. And that kind of moment was me just kind of going, you people are fucking making too many goddamn excuses for this movie. So I hated the second half of this film. But what I did like is the first half of this movie. The first half I thought was a fairly decent setup for what could have been a better film. And the elements are there in the latter half. They're just constructed by idiots, right? Like, and that's the problem. Because
I want to rant here now. I'm interrupting.
Yeah, please.
The thing does not have a goddamn effing beard.
Yes, go ahead and rant, sir. Let it out. Let it out.
Years ago.
My buddy, my idol, the idol of millions, never has grown a beard. Never ever. There was one issue.
One
issue where he had a beard and was set like 1,000 years in the future.
Yep.
And Ben Grimm would change into human once a year for 1 week. And that's why his beard would grow. And I'm going to get mad at Ron Garden because he drew that shit. But now the thing is stuck with a fucking beard forever now. I was so pissed, Oh, God. I thought it was going to be like a time travel thing or some time jump or something where like something happened to mutate him and he got a freaking beard. But the thing is, how much of that have a beard?
But how much of that movie going off of that part? Because the reason he has a beard is because they're conserving energy, right?
Which
so
is
how
bullshit.
much time?
How much energy does a razor take?
Well,
it's like
not just that. They said if everybody doesn't do it, it's not going to work. So you're getting me to believe that everybody fucking no.
Well, sorry, I did watch the movie. I did watch the movie again, and I paid attention to certain things you miss. And he said, well, the power going off broke my razor, my shaver.
Yes,
is actually what he says.
Okay,
it's like you can't read.
So they make up some kind of shitty excuse.
Or you can't go buy a new one, right? Exactly. Yeah, you're true. I didn't even think of that. You're right. Like when the electricity's on, why didn't he just shave?
Yeah, because they only turn the electricity off at 8 o'clock at night. It when power down the lights. So. But yeah, that pissed me off. It's just it's just because to make it sell more action figures, with the beard or
because somebody thought it looked cool. That was what it was.
Yeah.
But going off of that, like that's kind of my biggest issue with the film. We waste how much time in this movie on this setup with the stupid egg bit in the Earth, right? Not to. Sorry about the spoilers. Yeah. I should have warned you first. But like we get into this whole thing with the Earth and the egg bit, right? That first of all gets introduced out of nowhere for no good fucking reason, and then at no point did they ever test that egg. That bugged me so bad. Maybe they did off screen, but I'm sitting here going, "You better test that egg." I've seen The Fly.
Yeah, it's a rotten egg.
Oh my god! Remember when
we don't know what's going to come out of that egg exactly? Like,
yeah.
So how do you know that when you move the Earth, it's going to work, right? Like, yeah, sure, you moved an egg, but you didn't even check that egg to see if it was still an egg on the other end of the this thing? How do you know there wasn't a chick inside, a dead chick or something? Who knows? Like, what the hell is on the inside? There could be dirt for all we know, because it's, went interdimensional at some point. Who fucking knows? Like, there's all kinds of unanswered questions with this, but all of a sudden Reed's going to do this, and they spend all this time, a good 15, 20 minutes of the film setting this whole thing up, only for the Silver Surfer to come in and fuck it up in 10 seconds, and then turn around and Reed finally gets the idea they should have got in the first place. And that's what I was saying in that loud rant, right? Is that, why didn't he just think in the first place, let's lure him somehow out, and or even just put it on the moon, and when his ship crosses over the moon, then zap him. Like,
to the moon, Alice, to the moon.
Right? Like, because they were so lucky that he slowed down. They were so lucky that he was even willing to negotiate with them. Because I'm sitting here still going, and some people just keep arguing with me left and right with this till they're blue in the face. I'm like, what reason would somebody like Galactus have to even negotiate with what he himself in the film calls clever bugs? He has no reason to go, okay, if you give me the baby, I'll let Earth live, right? At least with Shala Bal, it makes sense, right? I need a Silver Surfer. You can be my Silver Surfer. I'll let your planet live because of that. Okay, fine, whatever. But at this point, sure, the baby's one thing, and that's if they're still able to keep the baby from him. They're in a vulnerable spot, right? They're at a point where Galactus could have just crushed them all, took the baby, and call it a fucking day and go eat Earth, right? Like, I don't understand.
Wasn't that why he slowed down, so he could get the baby? If he just blasted right into Earth,
kick the baby.
Well, he has to do the process to actually take the planet. I think he slowed down. Here's the thing, Six, and maybe Mark will jump off this with some of the positives, because here's one of the things I did find positive with the retro futurism. I do clearly feel like there was a lot of Star Trek influence on this movie.
Yeah.
And one thing about Star Trek and other things is they make a big deal about when you fly into certain areas, you can't just come in and out of light speed and certain things like that, and how fast you're traveling within certain things. So there may be some sort of like roundabout argument to say, okay, he needs to slow down so he doesn't, like you just said, fly straight through Earth. But of course,
or what they could have said was just he's digesting, and Galactus doesn't care either, right?
Exactly.
So he's gonna eat. He's a god, so he's the most powerful being in the universe, or one of the most.
And then what would God need with a starship is another question they should have asked.
Yeah. But yeah, so Galactus he's like, I'm going to Earth. I'm going to eat the Earth. I'm going to kill you all anyway. I'm going to eat you all. What do I care how long I take to get there? Like, he just ate that other planet. He's just taking his time. Like, they should have explained it that way. Like, or he's in hibernation while he's, because he's got this hunger. And if most people know the story.
They could have even simply said that, because really, like I said, the scientific thing is the planets are so close together in this sector that once he enters through the Milky Way, he's going to have to slow down. They should have said that, right? Like, they should have just flat out said it. And they could have showed us that when the Fantastic Four came back, right? Like, they could have made a point of that. Like, okay, we're entering the Milky Way. We're coming out of subspace speed, or whatever the fuck they called it, because it was supposed to be beyond light speed or whatever. And be like, we got to slow down now, or we're going to fucking crash into a planet because it takes them out of whatever hole that they're in. Because that's the thing.
Or you have to slow down. It takes you so long.
Yeah, space and time travel is never really explained really well. And that's why I always loved Star Wars, because they just didn't fucking bother with the messiness of it. They just said we can go to light speed, and the computer is what figures everything out. So that answers the question of how you can actually deviate around planets and all that kind of business without creating some sort of black hole scenario, right? Because you could do like what Dune does and, transplace space and time, but that gets even more convoluted. Just make it fucking simple. Fine. But in this case, they didn't even really do a good job of explaining a lot of stuff. But again, I want to talk about the good things I like. I actually enjoyed... I don't know this Eban, what's his face who played the Thing. So I guess to go from a complaint,
he's from the Bear.
See, people have talked about this, and I've never seen him in that show, so maybe that's why I had an issue with this.
He's like a fixer / cook to the main lead, and he's actually kind of a badass guy, but he's got a great range of emotion. So when they picked him, I said, yeah, he could do Ben, because he's got that range where he can go crazy and he's the kind of guy that will beat the shit out of people on this show, and then be real sensitive and caring the next minute. So
the worst scene they could have let out was that first one they let out with the whole, I'm going to add some garlic to this, not because it doesn't taste good, but no, like I don't have any reference for him as an actual human being, and that's a problem for the movie, because we only see him once in one scene without him actually talking, interacting, and anything. And I'm not saying we needed an origin story, but maybe some flashbacks with the Thing, because the Thing gets the shaft in this movie so badly. It's like we have no reference of him missing being a human at all, which is usually a big part of his character.
Yeah, they kind of ignored that. And I think the only time you got that was when he's looking at himself in the mirror or the
once or
reflection.
twice. Yeah.
Yeah, the reflection of the.
I feel like a bunch got left
shot
on the cutting room floor, probably is what happened. But I love the guy who did it. Like I said, I just wish we got to see him more as a human, so we could relate to him just a little bit more as the the Rock thing. And I love the voice, even though he didn't do any grovel. They could have done something a little bit more to it, but after seeing it, maybe this is why I have less of a problem with it than other people have, and I haven't brought the voice up once. Is because after seeing it, I'm like, oh no, it's fine, it's fine. I didn't really. They could have done some more Rock noises, but who cares? Maybe everybody else who's seen The Bear is used to seeing him as an actor already, to where I'm not.
Yeah.
To where, to me, it was like the voice fit just fine. Because it didn't bother me as much. I was like, okay, I thought it was going to be a bigger problem for me. But as he got into the movie, he started charming me really well. His camaraderie and his chemistry with Johnny is fucking spot on. Like, they're great.
That right, yeah.
But once Johnny's away from him, that's when his character lacks. So that's a problem in the writing, perhaps the direction. And I have the same issue with Sue, as I can't really give her a proper judgment because I don't know if it's just because she had bad chemistry with Pedro Pascal, if it's the writing again. She could be. Vanessa Kirby's not an actress I've seen a ton, so I can't really judge. And I know she's supposed to be this great actress, but again, is it the quality of what she's given or what's in the, because her character in this movie is a very dour Sue Storm, and she takes kind of a weird motherly role that doesn't quite fit the movie, and it would have fit had they, and this is what I was trying to say last night and earlier today on Georgia's stream, was had they just given the bit they give to Johnny to her instead, it would have made so much more sense for the movie. And what I mean by that is if she would have been the one, when they even have that scene where she's like trying to get Reed to calm down. And it's like, okay, so Sue is one of these people that she does that. She always kind of just disappears into the background, and that's why she became that's kind of the whole play on her being the invisible woman.
The invisible woman or invisible girl.
She's always the guy who's always there supporting the team, right? And in this case, she could have been like, okay, I need to let Reed alone, and I'm going to go do something else that can be constructive. And that's where she should have broke down the messages, realized what the whole thing went down, and that's where she could have sent out a signal in Shalabal's language saying, I got the baby, meet me here if you want the baby, or something like along those effects to draw her out. And then once she talks, she's like, I'm not going to give you my baby, but I know what you went through. And like you, I'm going to fight for my baby and do whatever I can to make sure that they stay alive and save Earth at the same time. I'm not sacrificing either. So we need to come to some kind of conclusion here. And through her being a mother, I think that would have made more sense. Because to me, the scene in the film comes off with Johnny doing it, is he comes off kind of like a boyfriend trying to make his girlfriend feel guilty. And that's what
they wanted. They wanted that shipping.
And that's just it. And that's what I've been trying to tell people, is that they're trying to justify, this is how they're trying to justify the gender swap with the Shalabal. And I'm like, you had the ingredients there where it could have been justified. Instead, you chose it to do it this way. And the only reason I can think they chose to do it this way is because they didn't want to show Johnny being a womanizer any other way. And it's like, you didn't even have to really show him being quote unquote a womanizer so much. You just showed Johnny being Johnny. And I explained this earlier tonight too, is like, all you got to do is show something like that scene in the first Fantastic Four movie when they're all quarantined, and then all of a sudden everybody realizes Johnny's gone. And then they turn the TV, and here he is on TV doing the fucking exports thing and kissing on a bunch of girls and stuff, and, making fun of everybody and calling out Ben and pissing him off. And, that's Johnny Storm. You just need a little 2-3 minute scene like that to just show us that this is Johnny Storm. He's a bit of a recluse, right? But he loves his family, he loves his friends and all that kind of business. He doesn't have to be the smartest guy in the room. You can give him something else to do, right? Sue is already smart enough. She is somebody who I can see actually translating an alien language. I can't see Johnny doing that. I just can't.
No, or if he had done it with Herbie.
Not in 3 days either.
Yeah, with Herbie.
Or had Herbie's help, maybe. Yeah, like you said before.
As I watched it again, I was trying to pick up the timeline. It's almost like Empire Strikes Back, where the timeline is totally screwed up, but it's such a phenomenal movie. Everyone ignores it. But, Luke, how long is Luke on Dagobah compared to, our main characters that are...
Six might know the answer to this, but isn't it like months?
But it's weird. Oh, Claude is here.
Hey.
Hey, hey, Claude.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Claude.
Hey.
I wanted to sound like one of the cool kids, so I said, "What's up?"
You are a cool kid.
Nobody born after 1975 says hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Great to have you here, Claude. Yep. Long time.
But I'll finish up my thoughts so then I can shut up and let everybody else talk finally. But no, like overall, I can understand why people are enjoying this film. There's certain elements to enjoy about it, but like I said in my review on Critic List, it's basically one of the bottom of the barrel Marvel movies. It just happens to be clinging to the head of the barrel. That's all. Right? Like it's just up there at the top.
It sounds like a lot of your problems with it are story
based, and Pedro Pascal is the only thing I haven't really hit on much. Is like he's just horribly miscast as Reed Richards. Horribly miscast.
He's even horribly miscast.
Robot.
We lost Claude.
Roboting.
But Empire, it's just getting back to that real quick. It's always strange, like, you know, when you're following Luke and on Dagobah, it seems like it's a lot longer time when you're back with, you know, Princess Leia and Han and Chewie. It just seems like it never, and it's a minor, like, geek thing. I remember talking about it with Clobberin times. He's like, yeah, I think you got a point there, maybe.
Six, did you get the answer? Did you know the answer? How long
What was the question?
How long was Luke on Dagobah? Because it's supposed to be like months, isn't it?
Several weeks, a few months.
Because it's taken Han and Leia a while to travel around too. So
yeah, because I know that I think there's something in the novelizations about how long Han and Leia were traveling, and that was, I don't know, maybe just 2 or 3 months. I don't know.
And I think they spent a few weeks in Cloud City too, which is the other implication, I think. Because we jump from the scene from when they first get there, and then you jump to the scene later on where Leia has a whole new outfit and all that kind of business. So I don't know if that's supposed to be like a week later, a few days later. That's one thing that you're right. Like Empire doesn't do a good job of telling you on screen how much time has passed, but it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of the story.
Yeah,
and what they're implying in the movie might be completely different than, you know, like what I was mentioning about the novelization. That might be.
Because the novel, I think, was also based on some earlier drafts as well. So, yeah.
And
excuse me.
And of course, to go into my magic haversack again, someone mentioned Eric Masterson. So let me. There's our Eric Masterson's Thor. I did not have to get out of my chair to get that, but that's he took over for Thor. Spoiler alert, he died in issue 25 of his own comic. But I love this big Thor fan, so I had.
I don't want to be left out. So just because we just talked about him, here's the thing.
There we go. Yeah.
There it is.
How was them apples?
For no reason.
No reason, yeah.
You know what else?
Did you have to get up for that, Tom?
Did you see me get up?
No, for the thing.
No, this is my Clobby thing. This was actually to tell a little bit of a story, I guess, real quick. This was sent to me by a fan, and I put this over here because it was sent to me right after Clobby passed, and they made sure that was the reason why I knew they sent this to me. Oh. So I set this up over here where it's always just kind of watching over me. So it's always there. Yeah. Next to RoboCop, of course. Because RoboCop protects me as well.
Yeah,
and He-Man.
It's the man. Yep.
He-Man's actually up to my right, so you're not wrong.
I know he's around there somewhere.
And of course, this is the director's cut. This
Space
was actually
Thing.
Ben Space Thing in a spacesuit. So this is actually how he really looks in a spacesuit.
Cool. I like that.
I actually kind of dig that. I wish they would have done something closer to that. Yeah.
Is that wild? So these figures, these were Spidey and his Amazing Friends, I think, figures. And my wife is like, why did you buy like 30 of these for the kids?
What?
30?
There's a whole line.
Mark, you have a problem.
Well, no, there's a whole line of these figures. So,
Mark, you have a problem, and the problem.
She
is
thinks
Mark.
you bought them for the kids. That's the funniest part of the story.
Yeah. So I have all these,
for the kids, honey. That's how he gets away with this shit.
If they leave him laying on the floor, I'm going to confiscate him, though.
Oh, I took it away for a week.
And the one thing if you watch the movie closely, the Thing's helmet does not join up with the spacesuit. Did anyone else notice that?
No.
Yeah, if you watch the movie, he's just got the face screen on his face, and there's no neck. His spacesuit doesn't join to the rest. The helmet and the suit don't join together. Very weird. Very weird. Yep. So there's I got a lot of things. I got a lot of things in here. Yep. And Claude has a million action figures too. I think Claude has more action figures than me from looking at all his.
Is he back?
Yep. Can we hear you, Claude?
There he is.
I don't know. I'm not in charge of your ears, but I think the part about the Thing's neck being exposed is that it's a movie. But I did see somebody do a review, and these spoiler-free reviews that have to spoil a little bit. The Thing is so tough, he didn't need a full helmet.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, because
He's
he
made
could
of
he could
rock.
actually survive in outer space. Yeah, he doesn't need the suit to survive in space. But
Are his innards rock too? Like how do his lungs
Well,
expand?
if you go by the Michael Chiklis thing, when Reed asked him when they come back to Earth, he said, "How do you feel?" He said, "Oh, pretty solid." Like, yeah, probably.
Isn't even in that one? Isn't there also like where he's scanning him or something like that, and does note that like all of his organs are covered in rock as well, or something like that?
Yep. His whole DNA has changed. His physiognomy is not human anymore, but he seems to get all the hot girls. So glue rocks to yourself, guys, and that's how you get the lady.
Sensitive.
Yeah.
there's actually here I found the picture. This is the from the interwebs in one of the comics here. Open image and new tab. Let's do that. And this was in one of the I think it was in one of the FF comics. I can't remember it here. This is pretty cool here. So let me share my screen here. But yeah, I guess it was just an interesting design choice. I thought that they didn't have his helmet. It was just like he just needed oxygen. Yeah, but then like, why do you need the rest of the suit? Oh, that's because the CGI is expensive if Thing's not wearing.
yeah. That's what I would say. Why is he not always wearing a shirt?
Yeah. So they're showing the inside of the Thing here. Yeah. So he's got.
That's
he's
kind of
one
scary.
tough dude. It's kind of scary, right? Yeah.
Does he procreate in the comics?
Nope.
He's got girlfriends. He's got girlfriends.
He's got girlfriends,
Never had
but
got him
it's
in
funny
the
you
movie.
asked this, Six. Have you not seen Mallrats? There's a
Oh,
whole
God,
scene
yeah.
predicated around that.
Really? I haven't seen that in decades, but oh my God, that's a great movie. I probably own it somewhere. I might. Did that ever come out on VHS?
Stan
I
Lee's
might
like,
have it on VHS.
I met your friend. He's obsessed with the genitals of superheroes.
Yeah, let's go by Brody and Quint. They know
He's like,
everything.
Is his dork made out of orange rock as well?
Yeah. Got a brick prick.
Right. I actually have a really funny. Oh God, if I can find the comic, like making fun of what happens to Ben and
That's a
Mr.
superhero
Fantastic.
secret. I think what Stan Lee's answer was to that. At least that was the answer to one of them anyway.
Oh, so here's Max Redstone reporting from San Diego Comic-Con, 1.5 miles away with the direct view. I hope you get there. Yep. So great to see you, Max. Yep. But so Claude, what did you think of the new FF movie?
You want a capsule review? Because I posted a little bit about it. The big problem that I didn't even have a problem with Silver Surfer because I knew they're never going to do it right. Pedro Pascal is everywhere. I don't think people really hate him. I think they're just kind of overfed with Pedro Pascal in everything. I mean, if they made a Sex and the City movie with guys, he would be what's her face, the girl with the nose.
Oh,
Carrie.
Carrie. Yep.
Because he's so sensitive. But yeah, his whole grabby thing with especially with Vanessa Kirby, who they showed a picture of her with her husband or her boyfriend or whatever, and I'm thinking this guy's sitting at home watching this crap on the red carpet, and suddenly this weirdo is grabbing his wife or girlfriend, and he's rubbing all over her. And the last one I saw was she's kind of going like, "Hey, yeah, it's enough of this." She was pushing him away.
Yeah, one of the clips, it was another actor, and like he starts stroking the actress's neck or whatever, and it's like, hey, leave my wife alone.
Like I've been saying, they had better chemistry on the red carpet than they did in the movie, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's not Ezra Miller weird. It's just it's kind of uncomfortable to watch him do this, especially that last one where she basically had to break away from him.
Well, you know how petting your cat or your dog helps you to calm down? Maybe it also helps
that's not his cat.
maybe it also helps to decrease her anxiety because we've seen so many, with her petting the side of her face. So it's probably also relaxing for her.
Well, after he licked that neon tube, I think he probably has to prove to people that he's not gay.
Well,
But
I
he
don't
is
think that's the
playing.
problem he has to prove
He's
anymore.
not convincing me anytime soon.
I was
Is
gonna
he
say, I think he has to
playing-
convince us he's straight at this point. Like,
Yeah.
Is he playing
I would go that way.
Is he playing a gay dad in a movie with Chris Evans, who plays his partner?
What?
With Dakota,
Yeah, what movie was
what's her
that?
name?
Dakota Fanning?
No, not Dakota Fanning. Don Johnson's daughter.
I know the one you're talking about, and I can't think of the damn
Melanie?
title.
Oh no.
Half a Shade of Grey. That girl.
Serial
Shades
List.
of Grey.
Dakota Johnson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dakota.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up now because I can't remember.
Materialists.
But you
Is that
mean
what it
Pedro
was?
Pascal's in another movie this year?
Materialist, yep. You're quicker than me, Six.
Well, he had an extra week, so. You remember when Michael Caine used to do this? Michael Caine used to do this a lot. He made one time he was on I think it was a Graham Norton show, and he said, how did he put it? I made 5 movies this year. Pay for me house. Okay, that's what they do it for.
Revenge.
I know. I was gonna say I know there's that one, but he's. I think he said that once before about his own house. But then yeah, Jaws the Revenge is a funnier one than that because he's like, "Yes, how did you think of the movie? I didn't watch it, but I seen the house that it bought me mother, and I thought it's quite lovely."
Was that the one where the shark made it to the Bahamas before the plane did?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucker has GPS. I can't find the store, but this motherfucking shark can find the Brodies in Bahamas.
He went and hung out with his cousin, the Sharknado guys, and they flew him down there.
Got a ride.
I think Ian Ziering was probably riding his back as he splashed down.
Oh, jeez.
Coron Rogue says, yeah, that was William Defoe's wife that he was.
That's
clip
right.
was
Yes.
making the rounds again. Thank you.
That was from like years ago, I guess. But
yeah. But here's
I got that clip here if you want to play it real quick.
Yep. And let's play that. Yep. There we
It's
go.
real quick.
Do I need to? I need to stop sharing. There we go. Yep. Add the stage. Here we go.
The Thing. Is this dork made of orange rock like the rest of his body?
It's a superhero secret.
And he didn't have clothes in Fantastic.
This is from Control Alt Delete. Can you guys read that?
Yeah.
Wow, those cosmic rays have allowed me to light my body on fire. At will. Sweet. Yeah.
The radiation has given me power to turn invisible.
Radiation lets me woohoo. Thank God. Oh, son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
He's always rock
the
hard,
same
though.
size, wouldn't it?
What was that, Six?
His would be the same size all the time, wouldn't it?
I was gonna say he's always rock hard. Yeah.
Rock doesn't stretch, so.
So you don't have to worry about him ever
Pebbles.
going
He's got
away.
pebbles down there.
Didn't you? I gotta. Michael Chiklis had a better voice for the Thing. I think he probably had as good of an attitude, but to me, when Johnny was going to reveal to Ben in the hospital bed how horrible he looked, and he held up a mirror and it was just Michael Chiklis' face.
Nice.
Yeah.
They didn't even, well, I know they didn't get to do that in this movie because it's 4 years later. And we did already know it. I think most of the people in here know it. And if you've ever heard the word Galactus and didn't go, you know what was going on with the Fantastic Four. But do you remember me telling you when they were actually making that damn Fantastic Four? They made it here in Baton Rouge.
Down here, right? Yeah, Baton Rouge.
I saw what was that guy's name? Cathy, who played Franklin Storm. I ran into him at Barnes and Noble.
The baby?
No.
Isn't the baby Franklin?
No. Reg Cathy, the actor who the first thing I saw him in was he played a criminal in The Mask, and he was in The Wire for a while.
I could have sworn you just said he's playing Franklin Storm.
Well, in that movie, Franklin Storm was Sue and Johnny's dad. But Franklin Richards is named after his grandfather, who, if they do anything right, he'll meet him eventually because he's a time traveling super scientist.
It gets confusing in that family. Yep.
But the other thing that I'm going to repeat this every time somebody says Fantastic Four. I was at a party at my friend Scott's house across the river, the Mississippi. You heard of it? Anyway, it was his son's birthday party, but he invited these 2 production assistants from Fantastic. All right, they get there, and my friend Scott goes, "Hey, you ought to talk to Todd. He knows everything about funny books." And I went, "Okay, time for me to leave." And then the people go, "Oh, really? You like Fantastic Four?" I said, "Yeah, it's one of my favorite comics." I said, I know people who are experts in this stuff who are better than me. And I meant Mike, but they didn't want to hear all that. And I said, I actually read a synopsis because it leaked online. Pretty much all of it leaked online. People couldn't believe that Michael B. Jordan was in a comic book movie. When the guy does like Oscar-worthy stuff, and then he goes and does Black Panther. But when I said I read the synopsis, and with 50 years of story, why did you guys pick this one? And it was a husband and wife production assistant team. They looked at each other and went, "What do you mean 50 years?" And I gave them a little bit of history of the Fantastic Four, and their eyes glazed over. They didn't care. This is also the movie where Josh Trank, basically he bailed before the movie was finished. The house they rented for him over here, he trashed it. And if you paid attention to it, I didn't watch the whole movie. I watched bits of it, I watched clips, and I saw stills of it. Sue's hair, who's the girl who played her? She's been in a bunch of stuff, but she had bleached blonde hair or bleached-ish blonde hair.
Oh, and then her hair. Then she went. Yeah, and then she went
to go back and do. Yeah, they did reshoots, and they used a wig that was totally noticeable as a wig.
Yeah, because she cut her hair.
And they called him the Thing because he had it out. The Thing didn't wear pants. It's like somebody once said about Dr. Manhattan. If I could do that, nobody would tell me I had to wear pants.
That was one movie I almost walked out of, and I should have. It was like
you should have. You should have walked in and go, "Oh, this is where the Fantastic is playing. All right, where's the Snoopy movie?"
Yeah. Oh, that was just horrendous. I mean,
it was horrendous.
Design of the Thing was a bit of abomination. Clobber Times sat through that whole movie, but you didn't, I guess. Or
he's got thicker skin than I do. Well, you know what I mean, because he was. And I can almost tell you, I'm not going to presume, but I can almost tell you word for word what he would think about this movie or what he would say about it. Because I hate to keep harping on this. I knew the guy for 43 years. And we went to a lot of movies together. And I was talking to somebody, every time a Batman movie came out, except for the first one, we were there on first day because I was living in Mississippi and he was living over here in Louisiana. Every Die Hard movie, we were there on the first day. Every Lethal Weapon movie, same thing. He did not want to go see Superman Returns with me. And so I took one of his friends with me, and she was annoying the whole time. And when Mike finally saw it, I wished that he had been in the theater with me because he doesn't keep quiet. When he sees something that looks out of place, it's the old turd in the punch bowl. How can you ignore that? Oh,
I would have loved to hear his takes on this. Yeah.
I think I think he did talk about it on stream, but just trying to find it is not so easy,
Well, he was not hopeful for the movie, I can tell you that. I think all in all, though, he would have, if there was a scale of 1 to 10, he probably would give it a 5 or a 6. But that's because he really, really loved the Fantastic Four. And a few years ago for Christmas, you know how he hated me getting him stuff for birthdays and holidays. I had a friend worked at a comic shop, and he was giving me a discount because I was buying a bunch of old crap, and it was probably like 8 or 10 Jack Kirby Fantastic Fours, and I got them for him, and he didn't seem too thrilled. And I found out later, he fell on such hard times one time he had to sell his collection.
Yep. Oh,
Now,
sorry to
I've done
interrupt you, Claude, but Tom has to head on out, so I want to give him a shot to.
Yeah, no problem.
Say good night.
Yeah, I should head out of here, and then that way you guys can talk more about how much you love the movie. So
I haven't seen it yet, Tom. So
without
I'm
any
good.
disruptions.
But Tom makes good points, though. I can't disagree overtly with any of Tom's points, but I still like the movie.
Well, it's easier talking to level-headed people who, like, actually want to have a conversation. That helps. Yeah.
Well,
I love your rant, Tom. That was great.
That was last night, like I said. So that was kind of fun. That was mostly just me going off at one point. I'm just like, what? I got to let all this shit out. So, but at the end of the day, otherwise, no, I'm glad people are enjoying it for the most part. Hopefully, this is a sign that the Marvel universe is going in the right direction. At least we can hope. So, but yeah, no, I have big issues with a lot of problems, and I have a lot of problems with the film. But yeah, which is strange because I'm not as big of a fan as this as I'm Superman. Superman, I'm a huge fan of, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So I know some people haven't, but and they keep trying to compare the two. So yeah, in that respect, I guess that's where I land in that one. So hopefully you guys have fun.
Yeah, some people are liking this more, but liking Superman more, but they're both not terrible movies. I mean, people are trashing it, saying,
yeah, I'm sure I've been a lot harder on this movie than I should be, but at the same time, I can't deny the problems that it has.
Yeah,
but,
there is a lot of good in it too. So, but
yeah, they did
the one thing they screwed up was, and I agree with what you're saying about flipping around, but they should have, by taking out Alicia Masters. I'm showing some of the original comic. Alicia Masters puts her hands on the Silver Surfer as she's a blind character, and she sees the pain, feels the pain in his face, and she is that beautiful moment with the Silver Surfer in the original comic. Yeah. So you're losing that moment. So you're saying you could have transferred that to maybe Sue, but if they had Alicia Masters in there, that would have, stick to the original, right? I think that would have.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of what they did with whoever that character. Is it his original girlfriend? The name that they gave her, or I don't know.
No, because, she was created for the movie, and
okay, that was my question. Because what that is to really lean into him being Jewish. Clearly, when I thought it was a much better story when he had Alicia.
Well, he didn't have a girlfriend at the beginning.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I thought he had another one at some point, but I couldn't remember.
No, that was what's her name, Deb. In the Michael Chiklis, and I keep saying Michael.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. That could be.
That girl was she was hot-ish. She wasn't something to worry about. But when you're a big old hunk of rock, and this girl that said she loved you turns you down, you're gonna get depressed, and then you're gonna meet Kerry Washington. So it's all gonna be okay.
So, but Tom, it was great having you tonight, and thanks for sending over all the Midnight's Edge After Dark viewers. And
thanks for having me,
catch you. Yeah, it was a great rant, and we'll catch you on your show tomorrow. So
I'm gonna go get some grub and finish watching Happy Gilmore 2. So yeah.
That was a good movie. That was a good stupid movie.
Yeah,
no Oscars coming their way, not even for sound design, but it was fun.
It started off rough.
Yeah,
I was getting back into it. The only big complaint I have with it is the unnecessary flashbacks to the first movie every time they want to do some reference.
Too many of them. Too many.
Like literally just constantly.
They could have cut half of them out, but they still
2 hours long as it is. Yeah,
they needed Chubbs in a flashback, and they needed what's her name, Elizabeth Bowen, even though she's no longer there, she kept popping up talking to him.
Well, I think the other thing too is it's 30 years between movies, so you don't recognize the caddy he's strangling. It's like they're showing you the flashback, so that you can see who the characters are.
Well, and that's the problem with this is they're acting like it's look. Part of me, like, if this was made in an era back, in the early days of VHS or whatever, then I could understand making a movie like this.
VHS, yeah.
but we live in a world now where people understand the reference. They've seen Happy Gilmore a billion times. You're literally just padding this movie out and making it almost too dumb for the audience, right? Like, does that make sense? Like,
You ever had
pandering
meatloaf?
to such
There,
the lowest. What was that?
Tom, have you ever had meatloaf?
Oh, of course.
It's not all meat. You got to put
Right.
some like worthless bread in there,
Yeah.
just to fluff it up a little bit.
Yeah.
The first Happy Gilmore, we're down on our family vacation, Jersey Shore, and like it. I don't know if it popped up, but we watched Happy Gilmore, and it was like it's a great movie because you watch it with the young kids, and everyone was just laughing hysterically at Happy Gilmore. It was just such a good movie. Great family movie to watch. So, but yeah, this it's some good stuff and some bad stuff. But I laughed a few times. I think the end it just goes off the rails with the Maxi Golf tournament, which was there was like a mini golf show that was on a few years ago where it's like all these crazy mini golf holes, and they were just trying to come up with some silly idea. But it's a Happy Gilmore movie. But there's some fun lines, and the kids are good, I thought. But and it was free. It's on Netflix, right? So if you got Netflix,
Technically free, I guess. Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, so far, I guess I could say it's what I've seen of it. I still have like half the movie to go, but so far, what I've seen of it, I'd say it's probably better than Coming to America 2, for instance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
I was expecting something closer to that. Like, yeah, because especially with everybody going, it's Cameo the movie, and it has like the most cameos of any film, I guess.
It does. Yeah, it does.
So, I mean, at this point where I haven't seen that many yet, so I'm like, oh shit, how bad is this going to get?
Did James Earl Jones show up at all in Coming to America?
Yes, in fact, it's weird because the whole intro part that's one of the only funny
first
parts.
He died in the beginning or something.
Yeah, well, what happens is that's one of the only funny parts of the film, if you ask me, and original kind of parts of the movie, is he has his own funeral while he's still alive.
Yeah.
Because he wants to see how everybody praises him or whatever, and then he dies not long after that or whatever. But yeah, because he didn't die that long in real life after that. But like, yeah, but yeah.
This guy sucks.
But all right, on that note, I'm gonna go get some grub and finish watching that. So have fun talking F4, guys.
Take care. Yeah.
Night.
Price is wrong, bitch.
I gotta love it. Well, that was great having Tom here tonight. So Claude, you were as you were saying about your review of FF, the new one. So you what was your star rating, or how many? Or you were saying Mike? I think Mike would have given it 5 out of 6 stars, or 5 out of 10. You think kind of
5 out of 10, maybe. I enjoyed it too much to just worry about a star rating. I would say if it was 1 to 5, I would give it 4, because when I go into a movie expecting to hate the hell out of it, and then they start off with a bang, and there's Herbie, and they mention Franklin. And here's one thing: this is not political. This is personal. When they did everything including fighting a world-destroying entity to save one little baby, it shows that yeah, people do care. I mean, it's their kid. Of course they're going to care. And Franklin Richards, love him or hate him, I didn't really like the idea of them having a kid tagging along in the comic. He's been in the comics since well, I think Kirby did like when Sue's delivery and everybody comes in and looks at the baby, and then Buscema was Ramita was doing all the other stuff, and Franklin just didn't look right. And I thought Jack Kirby didn't give him a blueprint for Franklin. That may be Roy Thomas.
Yeah.
But you know how Roy Thomas is now. He created Wolverine now.
Yep. They just added that. Yeah, they just added that.
Big news to the late Herb Trimpe and Lynn Wein. Roy Thomas is still alive, and his wife is going, Roy needs some money too. He's got to pay his little assistant, Johnny. Pardon me.
That was
hate that guy. But
very strange, that they added his...
Fantastic Four comics is the best way to do Fantastic Four. Even the Buscema, especially the George Perez. My favorite one from George Perez era is when Reed built a thing suit for Ben, because Ben was a normal guy again, and they went up in outer space and they fought Galactus, and Galactus zapped him with some ray. And they were in their ship going back to Earth, and suddenly the thing starts feeling it's itching. The suit's getting tight. And what it was he had turned him back into the thing, inside the thing suit.
Yeah, because that was when Ben reverts to human form because of the radiation of the Hulk. And I think it's FF 167 when he's fighting
Galactus just said,
this gorilla.
Screw that. Like, what was it? WGFO with Galactus.
Yep.
But I got to tell you,
here it is. Wait, Claude. Wait. I got to interrupt. My memory actually worked. A lot of times it doesn't. But see, FF 167, he's fighting the Hulk, and then that gets him. Then he reverts back to Ben. Holy crap! It worked. My memory worked. Yeah, see Roy Thomas. Yeah.
The new thing is that Reed came up with a like a serum or something where where the thing can become Ben Grimm. I think they said it's either 1 month or 1 week out of the year.
Yeah.
So he'd take his wife on dates, and who knows, maybe he can get her pregnant for that one little small period of time. But here's the thing: if you get the Johnny and Ben dynamic wrong, just don't even make a Fantastic Four movie. Fantastic Four was garbage, literal garbage. Somebody should have snipped it up. I mean, unless it was digital, and then you should just bulk it with a magnet. But somebody should have snipped up every copy of it. I'm not saying burn. I mean, you have to be methodical. I don't believe in burning things like that because it's a waste of fire. But when somebody doesn't know what they're talking about, and especially when somebody like James Gunn goes, I've always been a fan of these, and I'm going to make sure they're done right. Really? You're going to change that costume? You're going to take that freaking Jim Lee collar off of him, please? But then he throws in Crypto. And I can't really argue with him because Crypto was like my consolation prize for that stupid costume and that little diver down Van Halen stripe that he wears in a diamond on his shirt.
The costume actually didn't bother me as much as I watched the movie. I thought it was gonna not like the Superman costume as we're talking about. Yep. And then here's Luke Cage is a member of the FF in one issue, so that's 168, and then 169 he should be fighting. And this is when he gets the is that when he gets the suit, and that's Darla Dearling years later. Whereas that it's like the exoskeleton. So he's wearing the exoskeleton to fight. Let's see, and then 171. I can't. Yeah, here we go. Fighting Gore. So that's where he's wearing the exoskeleton suit. So FF 171. Got useless knowledge that contained in this rockhead here. But yeah, so I really enjoyed the movie. I think the one part that the big problem I had with it when I got kind of angry, and here's the first panel when the Silver Surfer first appears. But life goes on, and somewhere in the deep vastness of outer space, an incredible figure hurtles through the cosmos, a being whom we shall call the Silver Surfer for want of a better name.
For want of a better name. Yep.
The Silver Surfer zooming along the starways like a living comet, with the freedom and wild abandon of the wind itself. So, the one thing that...
for want of a better name, he calls him his name.
Yeah. Oh, that's Kirby, right? Yeah.
No, that
Look at
was
these
that
great
was Lee.
You think that was Lee?
Because
Yeah.
you're aware that in Son of Origins of Marvel Comics,
Stan Lee created the Silver Surfer.
No, he didn't. He gave full credit to Jack Kirby because he said he gave him a plot line. He said Kirby was always able to fill everything in. He was talking about, he created Galactus pages in, and he says there's this character zooming and soaring around. And I asked Jack, who is that guy? And he said, well, a guy like Galactus wouldn't just come in and step on everything. He sent a herald beforehand to scope out the area. Yeah, that's kind of what she did in this movie. But in I can't remember the name of the magazine. It might have been Comics Feature, but he comes in and takes credit away. Somebody said, how did you come up with Silver Surfer? Without knowing that he didn't. And Lee says, yeah, well, I come up with something and I say, I bet old Jackson can't draw this. Heh, heh, heh. And nobody questioned him. But in Silver Surfer anthology from the late 80s, mid 90s, somewhere up in there, he gave total credit back to Jack Kirby. Because when something is in print, you're able to question it. And all he had to do was say Jack Kirby didn't create Silver Surfer right after he did. Not a big fan. I'm not going to go off on Stan Lee the way Mike would and could, and it was very entertaining and true. I mean, it was an opinion, but it.
Yep. Oh, we got a question here. Yeah, did Ben ever wear a costume in the comic? Yeah, he did. I think it was Byrne.
Yeah,
first gave him the jumpsuit. Was it Byrne?
He had that stupid costume in the beginning, and he said, "Bah." He tore the stupid shirt off of it, and they even gave him a helmet to make him not scare people.
Yep. And Courtney, yes, that is 6 there. Yep, 6 is here. Yep. And Captain Finity is here too. Great to see you, Captain Finity. So now I know 6, you liked the movie too. Then we got Claude who liked it. I liked it.
I wouldn't say that I liked it. I gave it a 5.
Okay.
I really didn't have much familiarity with Fantastic Four before going into it, so my expectations were pretty low. It was okay.
You enjoyed it in the movie theater, right?
Yeah, and I appreciated how they did that.
Who spent $80 on the Buckethead though?
Not me.
Well, here,
Mark.
I got this, Claude.
Mark got it.
This, so here we go. Here, let me turn on my camera here. Yep. So I got Herbie. So he's my new pal. Yep. Professor R2 is going to get jealous of me, but having Herbie. But
you and I are pathetic birds of a feather because I have 4. Is it Galactuses or Galacti? I've got the one that had the like the power drill connected to him, and when you press it in,
yep. I hunger. Yep. So yeah, I think you have that one. And,
I've got the one that came with the Silver Surfer and a little bouncy ball.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's meant to ride a horse because his legs are spread really wide. And I've got the big one that also lights up and has a voice. But guess what? Since Steph fell on my house and we're moving all kinds of crap around, I know exactly where my Galactuses are, but I can't reach them because they're either.
Did you lose them?
Oh, so you're Claude. Maybe if you turn your turn your audio off. I mean your video off. You might not robot as much, maybe, because it takes more bandwidth to do the
How do I
videos.
do
If
that?
you push the button that says camera off. Yep, it's looks like a little icon. Kind of looks like a camera, and that should turn your camera off. Yep. You got you're on an Android phone.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the buttons turns the camera off. Yep. And hail to Davina Duckworth.
It is
Davina.
Jack.
Okay.
Oh, now he just
that's turned
he
himself off.
booted himself. I was trying to tell him how to turn his camera off. Yeah. Now this is a panel. This is Clobberin Time's one of his favorite all-time panels.
I was going to say that's.
This is FF 48, so it's Clobberin Time. Yep. So, but yeah, my big problem with the movie was when they came back. You know, of course, spoilers here if you haven't seen it, and really not giving away too much here to anyone who hasn't seen it, but. When they come back and they fight Galactus, and I thought the movie was like an A+. I don't know what you thought of it, 6, until that, you know, when the opening and when they go fly there to see Galactus's planet, and you know, that whole action scene there in the birth. I thought it was really well done. I don't know what did I thought that was a high point of the movie, and then when they came back, and then they have that press conference and they're not prepared with anything. And as Tom was ranting, and then they said, well, Galactus wants our son. It's like, you would never, ever tell them that, like, you know, maybe you should, but the Galactus wants your son, right?
But I mean, don't you think that they thought that they could protect their kid? I mean, they have all these powers, and they're the ones who are put in charge of taking out Galactus. They're the ones protecting the planet. So maybe they thought, well, we can protect our kid. We don't have anything to worry about somebody coming after our child if we're the most powerful people on the planet.
I think they almost say that at one point too in the movie. In my second watch, I was trying to find the subtitles so you could just like read the movie. But it sounded like they had they said something like that, like, yeah, they can't really do anything to us, or we can protect Franklin. But you wouldn't let that cat out of the bag, I don't think.
I understand. I understand what you're saying, Mark, and I understand what Tom is saying. I don't care so much. I'm not as emotionally invested in this. Not like I was with things that I think went wrong with the Superman movie, because if they fail as characters, if they don't hold true to the comics, it's not Fantastic Four, not really my purview.
Yeah.
So, although I loved the Silver Surfer, but I adore the actress.
Yeah, and you love her from from Ozark?
Yes.
You're saying, yeah. No, she was good in it. I gotta say, she was good, but it's just, as a longtime fan of the comic, it's just a switch. It's like, darn, they didn't need to do it. They did it probably. Someone was saying, oh, they just needed another girl in the woman in the movie. There are too many dudes, maybe, or just to check boxes. And another reason I think too is they wanted to infer a love triangle. Between, or not trying, but a relationship between Johnny and the Silver Surfer, and they couldn't do that with Sue. Like if they had Sue and Nora and Rad, because Sue and Namor kind of have like a fling going that gets interesting.
Really?
So yeah. So that's always been something that back like a love triangle between Namor, Reed, and Sue. So
and the context that people who are familiar with the comics bring to it, it's always interesting, and I completely respect what you're saying, and I can say, okay, yeah, I agree with you, and I understand what you're saying. If I went and saw this movie in the theater and then came home and never listened to anybody on YouTube talk about it, didn't go on panels and talk about it myself, I would probably rate it higher. But when I hear people who I respect talking about it, in context, that would be like if they came out with another Twilight movie and people were like, oh my God, it was amazing. They had, the head, I'm not even going to use names because I know you don't know who I'm talking about, but like they had the head vampire. He was flying through the sky and he was creating tornadoes, and it was fucking amazing. Oh, excuse me. Am I allowed to swear in here?
Yeah, you can swear. Yeah, it's after. It's late night,
but I would be like, well, wait a second. He doesn't have that power. You can't do that. That never happens in the book. What are you talking about? Whereas, somebody who would be like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I never read the books. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, it's not the same, but Twilight was the first thing that came to my head. So,
No, but it's like I read The Martian, and I'm so mad at Andrew Weir because I lost a night's sleep because I started reading the book I think at like 7 at night, and I finished at like 7 in the morning. I could not put the book down, and then I went to work.
That an excellent book?
Oh my God, that book is so phenomenal.
Just 2 days ago, I watched a talk that he gave at some college about how he came, kind of like a synopsis of how he came up with the idea and, went to print and how it got made into a movie. It was fascinating. That's funny. Just 2 days ago, I listened to that. But yeah, that's a great book.
And then his new movie coming out. I just bought the book. I'm forgetting the name of it, but it's.
I have it in my Amazon cart. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I just bought it, and I can't remember. And hi to Courtney. She's saying hi to everyone.
Hi, Courtney.
The interesting thing was with Andrew Weir, he was publishing the book. He tried to get it published. No one would buy it. It's incredibly difficult, to break into these, the publishing
Traditional
world.
Publishing, yeah.
Yeah, and then he was giving away a chapter for free on his website. So originally he was giving the book away for free at his website, and then people were like, "My God, this is so phenomenal!" So from that success, it parlayed into the book and the movie, and that's why I don't like the movie as much because the book is so much better, and obviously the book can go into much more detail, and there's more adventures that the main character goes on, and they can explain things, especially when you're inside that person's mind as they're sciencing the shit out of everything. So. Yeah, and I understand too when I as a diehard FF fan, they can't do everything exactly the same, but what you said too about you got to get the essence of the character right. Like you can't create tornadoes or they can't go out of line here. But
and I saw the movie before I read the I read the book, and I really enjoyed the movie, and then I read the book and I was like, that was amazing.
Right. Yeah, you gotta have you don't have to be a fan of the comics to know the source material, but the movie's writing is still not good. This is RJ Godzilla. Like here's a old time panel here. Alicia, baby, are you okay? Are you okay? I told you I'd come back before you knew it. What does Reed expect me to do while he locks himself in that lab for hours on end? The flames in the sky are gone. The danger seems to be over. You'd think he'd remember his wife. Even Mrs. Reed Richards might like to be taken out to dinner once in a while. Come on, Susie gal. Hold it down to a shout, will you? I'm trying to talk to Alicia. And then here's Reed with the beard, because he knows this is when Galactus is coming. So I've no intention of being completely ignored while he juggles those test tubes of his for the rest of the night. Reed, look at you. You haven't even shaved. You look like Pedro Pascal. You must be starved. For the love of Pete, girl. Is that what you disturbed me for? Disturbed you. All I wanted was, he broke the connection. But I mean, that's... right. That's kind of sexist for back then, but by today's standards in terms of But Sue's looking out for him, but that's classic Reed, in the lab, and just he's trying to save the world. Yeah. So Pedro does kind of give a little bit of that nuanced performance there, but not as much as this. But leave me alone. They're working together as a team, collaborating more in the movie, trying to figure out. But Reed still is the is the leader. So, they ask, Reed, what do we do? What's happening here? Men, you always side with each other, right? If he thinks he can shut me out of his life, you're making a mountain out of a mouse hill, kid. He still loves you, but he's got a job to do. I mean, you'd never write anything like that today, but yeah. The world won't come to an end if you take time out for dinner. I wish I could be sure of that. What do you mean? So then he's talking about, what he's seen. There's the Watcher. Yep. So the movie's missing the Watcher, but the Watcher's a great character who, he oversees. He's just recording the universe. He's kind of like the Wayback Machine, and he interferes to save the Earth. Yep. On Professor, Project Hail Mary. That's what it is. The book is so good. Yeah, I bought it. I was going to read it on vacation. I didn't get a chance. Yep. And Infinity says, never read the source material. Ignorance is bliss with movie adaptations. Yep. And the book is usually always better. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of books and movies, we were talking about Jurassic Park like 2 hours ago. Excuse me. And I went to, because I was also working at a movie theater when Jurassic Park came out. And so what we used to do at midnight, we would have employee we would call it employee sneaks. So they would have to, you know, get the film onto the platform, the big round things that they had to wind the film around, and then they would have to test it to make sure that, you know, everything was okay with it. So then they would watch the
movie before anyone else could see it. Yeah.
Right. So if our manager was in a good mood, he would allow us, you know, to stay, you know, and at midnight and watch the movie. And I remember sitting there, like all of my coworkers, we were all sitting in the theater for Jurassic Park. And I was so tired, I started to doze off. But once
in Jurassic Park,
in Jurassic Park, yes. But there was a scene when it must be when they're in the cars and the powers down and it's starting to rain, and then the T-Rex eats the goat, and you know they have the where the water in the cup starts to, they see the vibration.
That's so well done, because the T-Rex,
and that vibration was what woke me up. And it was like it was a totally new movie, even though Jurassic Park starts out amazing and scary. It wasn't until that moment that I kind of like was jarred out of my my drowsiness, and I was like, "Oh my god, this movie is amazing! It's so good!" Yeah, and I've been such a huge Jurassic anything. I love all the Jurassic World movies. So good. But I just wanted to mention that because we were talking about.
Did you see the new one? Did you see the latest one?
I have not seen the latest one. I haven't really heard anything good about it. And so I thought, you know, with Superman and Fantastic Four coming out, because I don't go out much. And so I thought, well, I'll save my
outings,
the minuscule amount of extroversion that I have in me. I'll save that for
I think I was telling Mark, was it last week that AMC does, if you have their, what do they call it, their regular card? Their pass. I think, is it Wednesdays or Tuesdays? They give like half off everything.
Yeah, it's like a $5 movie or $8 movie, whatever it is. Yeah.
And popcorn and a drink or something like that too.
See, I would have to just like watch it in a bubble. I just, my job is already people oriented enough. So
you don't want to deal with anyone.
Honestly, I really am such an introvert. Like, just being on a street, you know, being on Midnight's Edge after dark and then being on here, it's exhausting for me.
Yeah.
Like
speaking of that, I'm gonna have to bail, Mark.
You got to go. Yeah. No, all good. Yeah. No,
thanks.
I have so much fun doing this. I forget how long.
No.
Well, actually, I do. I want to show the Starship, because you were talking about that.
I have the one. You have the page with the video and stuff on it.
Yeah. So this is this is the one. Yeah. The Enterprise you're talking about
is there's a comment still up.
Oh yeah, I feel
36 inches.
Yeah, but look at the price tag, 6.
Wow. Holy cow.
15,
yeah.
Mark, I forbid you on behalf of Mrs. D.
Sell his car.
Yeah.
I can walk to work, honey.
Oh my god.
An e-bike. Click on the there's a bunch of pictures underneath.
Yeah, there's their video.
Hey, will you take that comment down?
Oh yeah. Let me take that down. Yeah. It's like, yep, there we go.
Hi, RJ.
It's a good comment though.
Let me make this full screen. Yeah.
There
Courtney's here. Awesome. Oh, and Claude is back too. Yep.
Oh, we're all here.
Awesome.
Hi, Six. Hi, Dave.
Courtney.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Courtney.
Hi, Claude.
Hey.
Hi, Chat. I was just listening to Six talk about Jurassic Park. That was making me laugh. And
this is a 15.
Sorry, go on, Mark.
No, sorry, but this is a $15,000 Enterprise. So I know Claude bought this. So yeah.
Did you say 15,000?
Did you say Claude bought it?
Over.
It's 15.
But look at the detail.
15,500. Yep.
Can you imagine being so rich that you would say, "Yep"?
Get a signed plaque with
without
it.
even like thinking about it.
That's like what they pay people with disability a year. So bad.
And they got Shatner to sign it. Look at that.
Yeah,
That's
the limited
amazing.
edition ones. Yeah.
Can you blow up that picture of him with it so I can see the scale?
Yeah, let's see.
You know
Open image, a new tab. Let's see here. Well, I guess those are just plaques that must go
okay.
Maybe it's just a plaque that goes on the on the ship there.
Oh yeah, I don't think they're letting
he's
anybody sign a
tiny.
$15,000 unless you
Of course,
ask them to.
if it's 36 inches long, that's a yardstick. That's huge.
Yeah,
That's
it's about
huge,
a
yeah,
foot
yeah.
tall, but that's how.
Oh.
They're
How
not
old,
trying
how old is
to-
Shatner now?
You can't listen to a guy talking about inches because we're always wrong. Shatner, he's 95, isn't he?
He looks amazing in
he
that
looks great,
picture. That's like, he looks like he's like in his 60s or like late 50s. It's crazy.
Yep. Oh, and good night, Donnie. Take care, Donnie.
Hi,
I
Donnie.
wonder how
Donnie.
much Shatner got paid for each of those signatures.
Look at the detail.
$15,000. The model cost
There.
$500.
At least $1,000 each. So he made 15,000. I don't know how many. What's the production run?
I was trying to think he was just at that Comic-Con, what he was charging for his
Yeah,
signature.
how much is his signature?
I forget. Do you remember, Mark?
Yeah.
I brought it up. Remember?
It's like 150, 160. I
Was it
think
like
it's well
that?
worth it. Yeah.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
think the Tommy one runs about what, 2,000?
$700. Yep.
Wait, so
$700
Bill,
new.
so Bill
this-
Shatner charges 150 and Mark Hamill charges 400?
I'm guessing. I'm trying to remember from the last time I saw it, but I think he was around 150 to 200, and it depends if you're getting an item signed or what you're getting. Yep. This is
You
kind of
know-
screwy. Why don't they have the power cord going? Why do they have a separate power cord here? It should be going through the
Yeah.
mounting rod there. That's kind of cheap there. I'm not going to buy it just because of that.
You should write a review and tell them it's janky.
Deals
Go down,
off.
Mark. Mark, go up where he zoom. Can you zoom on the windows there? The port windows? No,
Those
down.
are cool.
Right
Yeah.
there. Can you see? Does that in? Can you see inside that?
You can kind of see into it. Yeah. You kind of see into
That's
it. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Dude,
but they
the detail on this thing. Holy
Steve, I
crap.
wanted to fly for 15 grand.
Right.
Yeah, no shit, right?
And Professor R2, I'm getting the Tommy one too, but please don't tell anyone. Maybe I should announce that on YouTube, but I bought the Tommy
Your
one.
wife will find out.
I'm a dead man. And where the F am I going to put it, R2?
Oh,
Will you
go to the
hold mine
bridge.
for me?
Click on the bridge one. Sorry,
Yeah,
I want to see if you can
that's
go
okay.
in. If you can see in it. Sorry, I think you can.
Now,
Yeah.
how is
Yeah,
that red?
oh my
Mark?
God!
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
That's cool.
you can. It's not the bridge. That's the view.
Well, that's the
view.
that's
Cool.
the like the 10 forward area, the back of the bridge. Yep,
the
yep.
back of the bridge. Yeah, my bad. I thought it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's
Wait,
cool.
so how big do you think that part you're looking at is, like in relation to the rest of it? Just a couple. Like, how
Couple
big
inch-
do you think those windows are?
Yeah.
Each window, like a
Great question.
centimeter?
It's 12 inches tall from bottom to top.
pretty
so it's a
small, but yeah.
foot. And how wide is it?
Couple,
At least
like an inch, maybe. I'm guessing like an inch.
Can you zoom out anymore, or
Well,
is that
it'll
just
show,
picture that?
it'll show you a good like overview of this. They're just showing you, if you just with the scale, like when you're trying to watch the.
They have
Here's
that.
the
That's just the
video
refit
again.
one. They have the original. They have like 6 different
Yeah.
ones.
Does it
Let's
say
see.
how many? Like if you click on reserve now, does it say how many have been sold or how many are left?
They have a special click where you have to set up payments.
Oh, non-refundable deposit.
$500.
6 is gonna do it.
Yeah.
Oh God, no. Get that off the
$500,
screen.
yeah. Right.
This is when Mark enables.
Yeah. Well, this is
Now.
extreme. This is extreme enabling. This is insanity.
Let the
Yeah,
anger flow. 6.
Yeah, the Tommy is about the same size. Now the Tommy is metal, which is pretty cool.
They're the same size?
Yeah,
maybe
just about.
shorter?
I think. Yeah.
What
Close
makes
to
it
it,
so
I
much
think.
more special?
Oh, the detail in
It's way more detailed. Okay.
Oh my God, I would think so. The lights you can see in every port window. I think.
Yeah.
Like
And Brian
the
is
viewing
saying,
bridge.
oh, these are built to order. It's not a production process. I'm sure they probably make a bunch of the parts and then have them ready to go. Yeah. About
They're gonna
3
sell
feet.
3 or 4 at least.
About 3 feet long. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the Tommy? Let's see the Tommy Enterprise. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see the
That wasn't-
realistic.
That wasn't 3
version.
feet long because they showed a picture next to that woman, and that was like a foot
Yeah,
and a
how
half.
big
It
is
looked
the-
like maybe, or maybe 2 feet.
How big is the Tommy one? I'm gonna get Star Trek Ship Envy. So this is
Wait,
1
this is the
350.
one you
34
bought?
inches. I bought this. Yeah, it's 34
Oh, it's only-
inches. And I also bought the tricorder too because I have to.
Oh, Mark has to.
That's what I was asking you about, Mark, was the tricorder. I couldn't think of the name of it. I was like, the little computer thing.
Yeah. So this is 34 inches. So if you do the math with dividing by 12. So it's very difficult math. So 36 inches is
about 3 feet. Yeah.
And really great paint job on the Tomy. Yep.
Oh my God.
Plastic paint. Yep.
Mark,
what?
The regular D, $17,000.
Holy.
What's bigger?
That's just the refit one. That's the refit. The regular one here is 17,000. Wow.
Well, when you got that kind of money, it don't matter, right? At that point,
when you have FU and you have FU money, you just go buy one, right?
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, I'm getting that. Click.
I remember I was talking to at the car dealership and talking about leasing, and he's like, someone famous had come in, and he's like, because I was asking him like, does it make better? What's the leasing versus buying? He's like, well, if you can pay cash, that's always the best thing that we like. And he was talking about someone who famous in the dealership was going to lease, and he's like, can't you just pay it outright? I was at like the Ford place, and he's like, yeah, just buy it outright. So if you've got that kind of money, it's like it's not a.
Well, can you imagine a Klingon bird of prey from like Star Trek 3 or something?
They do have the bird of prey
20
now.
grand.
They do have the bird of prey now. That's the next one that's coming out.
From these people, what's it going to be?
Oh, from these people,
20 grand.
Yeah. But the bird of prey is $700. So also, and I don't have the original one, but I guess that original Enterprise is going for like $3,000 to $5,000 right now on eBay. The very first Tomy Enterprise, yep. So let me just do a search here. Tomy.
Wait, what is
their
that
website
bicycle for bird of prey?
Yeah, I don't know why that came up, right? John Deere, Bluebird's
Oh, Bluebird. So anything with bird in the
bird,
title.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the Tomy. Let's see. I don't want to go to Facebook because it's going to show me. Well, anywho, they're doing, let's see, images.
Oh, why don't you open isolation or incognito?
Yeah, that's what I should do, yeah. It's always safe to do.
Tony was making the bird of
prey. If I do Star Trek here, maybe. I always forget to do an isolation. Of course, if you're a model builder too, then you can just, build the 1/350th kit.
Well, you're a 3D printer guy.
Yeah.
You could just press a button, right?
You can actually.
Keystrokes and build one of those for yourself. You could start selling them for 15
Can you
grand.
3D print me a car?
It wouldn't go very fast. Yeah.
I was just thinking with the price of this, when I bought my first, the only new car I ever really had, like brand new, was a Dodge Neon, and it was $9,000. It was less than
less than the model. Yeah,
a 95 Dodge Neon off the lot.
Right.
So ridiculous. Like I could have gotten two almost.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah. Well, anywho, they're doing the I don't know why. I guess it's not official yet, but they're doing the 1/350th. I did see it on their website at one point, or did a search, but their Tomy website has like the worst search features. Yep. So that's coming. Yep. Not cheap. Yep. But yeah, it's an expensive hobby to be a big Star Trek fan.
How does somebody, like if somebody wanted to read a run of a certain comic, like if I wanted to read, like if you recommended a good run of Fantastic Four comics,
Oh, look at Claude here with his enterprises. Sorry to interrupt, Six.
Oh, that's okay. Is it just go to eBay or hope I get lucky at a comic book store?
Well, do you mind reading digitally?
No, I like what you were reading to us. I was I want to know. I want more of that.
Well, the best way to get it
too. I like the old-fashioned kind of sexism. Is that wrong for me to say?
It's old school.
See, I don't mind it. Yeah, but she's taking care of her husband. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, so Claude, Mark, those are gorgeous models. I think Mike was telling me about those. Yeah, so that you got the original Enterprise. There's a little itty bitty one there. You've got
It's a Hallmark.
It's
Country
the Hallmark
Time
one, yeah.
Lemonade.
Oh, that makes me want
And
Yeah,
XO1.
that's when you're a cartoonist, you find anything to put pens and brushes in. So that's what that is. The
grew up on
NX01, which strangely, Mike and I were both thrilled with this show from beginning to end. Not really so much the end, but he told me, "Did you know they made action figures?" I said, "No." So I went to Toys R Us, which was still viable at the time, and I got Captain Archer. I got the phase pistol communicator set, and got the bridge and pretty much all the characters. And he set them up. And if you walked in into his house, somebody would say, I think it was in the movie Free Enterprise, when a guy brings a girl over and he's got action figures everywhere. He said it looks like a really rich 14-year-old lives here.
Yeah. No, those are great, Claude. Yep. Thank you. Yep. So, yeah, gorgeous. The big Enterprise is nice. Yeah. So you didn't make those, right? Those were.
Okay. Toy, ornament, toy, and model. I did do the model. You know what's the worst thing about these freaking models? The decals.
Decals suck. Yeah. Decals do suck. Yeah. I hate putting decals on.
And especially when they give you so. I had like Yorktown there. They had all their registry numbers as decals too.
Yeah.
But they even have the you can't read it. Okay. You cannot read this crap. And the reason
Claude just
lost him again.
He doesn't have the great Wi-Fi, unfortunately. I'm guessing. Yep.
Hey,
but,
Lasher.
so Six was asking about where to read comics. So Marvel Unlimited is one way to do it. Put in something in the private chat that we
DC Online has still.
DC Online has it. Yep. This is for the. Where's the private chat here? There we go. This is another place that you can go. But
is that like a subscription, the Marvel Unlimited?
Yeah, Marvel Unlimited, and usually during Comic-Con they had a deal where it was like
is that the one you might need an ad block on? Wink, wink.
You might want to, yeah. Well, I don't want to talk too much on the show, but I'll talk after. But yeah. But I subscribe to Marvel Comics Unlimited. You can also just buy, they do all kinds of sales on digital sales too. Usually, so like you can buy the Marvel Masterworks. Like I'd say like read FF1 through 12 is a great place to start. So they've got. Let me share the screen again here. Oh, there we go.
Mark, I gotta.
Yeah, you gotta
pop
out. Yep.
Yeah, gotta roll. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it, everybody. Nice to meet you, Six. I've met Clint and everybody else. First time to meet you after all this time. I know who you are.
In person, yeah.
Yeah, first time to ever meet you in person, I think. So. All right, guys. Take care. Thanks.
Take care. Thank you for being here, Dave. Yep. Don't buy that Enterprise.
I'm going to go sell my car and donate some blood. And
no sleepy shopping.
It's not big enough to live in.
I know. That's rough. Boy. All right. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, Dave. Yep. Great to have Dave here. And let me put Dave's channel in the chat here too, of course. Yep. Let me put that in. Yeah, don't buy that 15 grand. God, yep. So everyone sub to Dave, please, if you haven't already.
Steve watches some good movies on Thursday. I was watching Caddyshack the other night.
Classic,
he does watch-alongs?
Yeah. And I hadn't seen Caddyshack in forever. I was dying. Oh my gosh, I forgot how funny that movie was.
Caddyshack is so good. Yep. Oh, Comic Shop in India actually has the Enterprise made for Discovery. It's only about 1.5 feet long. They're selling it for 10 grand. I'm like, yeah, right. Yeah, well, I guess if they put it up for auction, see what they can get. Yeah.
Pizza cutter.
Oh yeah, I hate the pizza cutter. Yeah. Well, that was but they had that weird looking Enterprise. Yeah, with the that was in there. Yep. So or then they also had the Enterprise J too. Yep. So ugly stuff. Yeah. The shows on Discovery were just excuse me, the models on Discovery were just so horrible. Yeah. Yeah. And Matthew says, I have to go myself. Awesome stream. Be well. Saying 6, Tom, all members, be safe, be well, and cool. So thank you, Matthew. Have a great week. Yep. So yeah, we're gonna go just for a few more minutes here, not too much longer. But yeah, this is where the Thing meets the Silver Surfer in the original comic. So I'd say go read issues 48, 49, and 50 if you want the the original Galactus saga. And I'll just skip to the so the Watcher is a huge part of it. But here I just want to show that here's the great Kirby collages that are just blew me away as a kid. So I'm like, are you allowed to do that in comics? I guess so. Yep. So he did these great collages. It's great, great sci-fi, and that's why I just love the movie when it up to
so that's Galactus.
That's the first version of Galactus, and they had a coloring error too. They fixed it in the reprint, but he actually had you could see his legs, and it was a coloring error. So yeah.
Now, do you ever see him without his helmet?
Later on you do. Yeah.
In the book attributed to Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, it's just called the Silver Surfer. They show his face. In some of the later stuff, not by Kirby, they do show his face. I can never remember his real name. Gal something anyway.
Galanta. Oh no, that's Home Planet. Yeah. Galen or
Galen up top.
Yeah.
Galen up top. All right. The problem with Galactus was nobody had ever seen anything like this before. The bare hands and the bare arms and the bare legs were supposed to be covered, but the whoever the artist was at the time, I can't remember the old Marvel artists, but they must not have gotten any notes. You remember you and Mike were talking one time about the purple and greens that they used in Marvel comics, and the way they used them, like purple and green was a Hulk. Purple was Hawkeye. And then when they did the blues, it was the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man. I don't know what the hell Sentry was supposed to be. Yellow.
Oh, let me say goodnight to Professor R2. Good night, R2. Have a great week, and thanks for hanging with us in the chat. Great to have you here, buddy.
Good night, Professor. Now, but look at his hand. There's like that square towards his wrist right there. So I almost wonder, was that supposed to be colored? Was he supposed to have gloves on, and that was like part of the mechanism, and it just ended up getting colored white guy color?
Yeah, because they did make coloring errors on this first panel. So there's a good catch there. So it could have been a glove, but of course it's drawn here like it's a hand.
Yeah.
But it could have been, the colorers could do that too. Yeah.
It could be. It could also be something, a cube floating toward his hand that nobody specified.
Mm-hmm.
And that the coloring is terrible right there.
Yeah. Yeah, my journey is ended. This planet shall sustain me until it has been drained of all elemental life. So speaks Galactus. Yeah. So that's that first setup of.
Well, I got that movie poster Batman from McFarlane where he's got a red costume, like in the movie poster. Yeah. Maybe somebody should do this.
This would be a great. That first panel or this panel here.
Just So Speaks Galactus panel.
Have him look like, showing,
and then have him throw a towel over his shoulder because he looks like he's going to the beach.
Yeah. And I actually own this comic. This is probably the best comic in my collection. I own FF.
They just reprinted the 3 facsimiles of was it 48, 49, and 50. And McFarlane is doing a Silver Surfer. I hate saying it. Silver Surfer statue. of the whatever the cover was, and it's still painted silver, and it's against a red background, and I'm pretty sure it says Silver Surfer, not Fantastic Four.
So one of like one of these where they do the one of these McFarlane ones you're talking. You got that nice Thor one. Let me take this off. Yep.
I got Thor and Wolverine, and I keep saying his claws were supposed to have the reflection of the Hulk in them. I'm not brave enough to do that, although I probably could just paint right over them again. Yeah, got that one.
Yeah, I got the big one. Yep. And I didn't have to get out of my chair to get this one.
How many times a year are we going to hear Mark say that?
I got that. Yep.
Yeah.
Got that. Yeah. And I also have this one. Let's see. Didn't you get the Captain America one, Claude?
Yeah. But I got the little one, and I broke his somehow. I want to say I did it. I don't want to think they packaged it without that right helmet wing. I was walking past it one day, and I noticed that it's gone. So I had these white pins, and they had white pin caps, and they were just the right size. And this is actually stuff I like to do. I cut the thing off, and I use an X-Acto knife and a pair of scissors to shape it like the other wing. I didn't get it exactly right, but I did put a little dab of glue on it because there's a slot in the helmet. So if you don't look at it head on, it looks like it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, yeah.
But I really do, because it's incomplete, I really do need to get another one.
Did they have a bigger Captain America too, or just the small one?
I never saw it. I would have gotten it if I did. But they did have.
There's a Thing one now. There's a new Thing one out.
Yep. Can't find it anywhere.
Can't find it anywhere.
Believe it or not, you see these videos that Todd McFarlane is doing when he goes into Walmart and he says, I got this thing over here at Walmart. Look at the end cap. This is my friend Crystal. She's stocking all the toys right now. No. He probably went in and he set up and he called somebody over with a blue vest on and said, this is my friend Crystal. Look at this. Look, look, I got all the Superman figures over here. Look at that stuff from the movie. Yeah, it's not in my Walmart though. I don't even see. You know what I see in my Walmart?
Disappears, right?
Buttloads of Superman action figures, the little ones from Spin Master, and they're not tiny, they're just not the size. It's what is it, like 6 inches, not 7 inches. That's that's how you measure success in the toy business, I guess. Todd's are bigger.
Oh, here we go. Here's the panel, where the coloring is wrong here. See, Galactus is with shorts here, right? Yep.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Whenever I see that, I remember the stupid thing from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where these two warlords are sitting across the table from each other, and one of them is described as having bejeweled battle shorts.
Oh gosh.
Yep. See how he ignores us as though we're no consequence. So the movie did get that right with that insect line. But here the coloring is all screwed up. So I think some of the reprints fix this. But yeah, he's supposed to be like a Roman, I guess it's like a Roman god there, yeah.
Well, it matches the other guy. Would you call him the Watcher?
The Watcher, yep.
He has like a toga on, so
yeah.
It's fitting.
Well, I know it's a special. No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, the other thing that pissed me off was Reed in the movie didn't turn into a ball or do any of these crazy shapes or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Courtney's here. Hey, Courtney. And he didn't really seem like he could stretch that much, too.
Yeah.
Hey, Courtney.
Yeah, he didn't do much.
Yeah, one of the reviewers said that Reed was pretty much inconsequential to the whole story. I mean, all he did was, he's the guy with the big brain. He thought of stuff. And he climbed up the building. And then Galactus tried to snap him like a rubber band. Galactus is looking at him like, licorice. Yeah. But he didn't really.
But he should be able to stretch a lot longer than that. I mean,
he should.
And then his uniform is breaking. I'm like, what's going on here? That's barely. And he didn't. Like, Reed is always changing to these crazy shapes or changing to a ball or doing, crazy things. So Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea how far he can stretch, but I even thought in the movie, I was like, is that all that he can stretch to?
Yeah.
Did you Rise of the Silver Surfer? He stretched all over the place.
Yeah, he wasn't very stretchy in this one. I thought, yeah, it was.
I need to watch those movies again.
No, you only need to watch. You only need to watch the second one. The Silver Surfer was awesome. That was I think the guy's name is Doug Jones. He was in Star Trek. Yeah. Anyway, he's the guy they always hire if they need a tall, skinny alien.
Yep, he's
The
in
voice.
Disgracery. Yep.
Yeah, the voice was Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, they dubbed the voiceover. Yep.
And if you could say the voice gives a great performance, that was a great performance by Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, the Surfer was great in there. The problem was the lack of Galactus. So
yeah,
and I do like the first Fantastic Four movie too. It's not great, but it's fun, and Ben and Johnny are good. Oh, this is a great panel here. Yeah, I just realized how a mosquito must feel when someone swats it. Galactus made a monkey out of me. We got to do something. We can't just leave it all to the Watchers. No match for that two-legged nightmare up there. And Reed's actually shaving here, right? Yep. Pedro could have used the shave.
So, I like that. I don't know why, but I want to see that on screen, or I want to read this. This is interesting to me.
You're getting all the backstory here, yeah.
It reminds me of when I was a kid, and I used to go to my grandmother's cottage, and she had a bunch of like old comic books there. I mean, not these necessarily, but like Archie stuff. and that. It just
Richie
it takes
Rich.
me back to
those are what I read.
Comics.
I read all the Archie. I was into that.
Yeah,
that was my deal. And Betty and Veronica.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Yeah, Betty and Veronica. Yep. So now this is important. So this is when the Surfer crashes, and he falls into Alicia Master's studio, and then this is the big scene. Yeah, so she's blind.
I thought she was black.
No, that's in the original. They race swapped her in the movie.
Okay, but in the comic originally, she's a white lady.
Yeah,
because it was
white,
well, actually, she was the director's girlfriend too.
Oh, okay.
And in the movie.
Yeah. And the Fantastic Four. We do not speak of Fan Four City.
Yeah.
Except to deride it rigorously. Have you ever been to rigorous?
Yeah, sorry. No, I was just to read this panel. Yeah, I've never heard someone speak so strangely, and yet there's a certain nobility in your voice. Nobility, the word has no meaning to me. Do you not see all earthlings are less afflicted? Why, no, of course not. Then you really are not of this planet. It's just incredible. So this is kind of like Frankenstein, the Bride of Frankenstein, when the monster meets the hermit a little bit this way, and they have dinner. Hungry? Can it be you actually consume these foreign morsels? Yep. So
that's so cool.
And then you got Kirby's machines here. Great machines here. Galactus is making the machine to devour the planet. And I shouldn't spoil it, but if you haven't read it, but it is, it's just why why that's
it is so great. It is a timeless story, and therefore can't really be spoiled. Because you know what you want out of it. These characters are all good characters, and even the bad guy, he's only motivated because he's hungry. Who hasn't been around a 5-year-old kid who suddenly can destroy the world because they didn't get their little lunch package?
Yep.
Well, I know how I am if I don't get my 11 p.m. snack at work.
Right.
I turn like my coworkers will say, "Did you have your snack yet?"
Yeah.
Because I haven't eaten. I work third shift, so I haven't eaten since it's been hours and hours since I've eaten. So I get a little hangry.
Hangry. That's what I was just going to say.
Hangry. Yeah.
I get hangry too.
That's for sure. Yep. Well, that's the fun thing I wanted to show before we get out of here.
Cool.
Was
I like that.
This
Thanks,
was this is really interesting here. Fantastic Four star Julia Garner uncomfortable about $80 popcorn bucket for a relatable reason. So talking about it, the new Galactus popcorn bucket. Went to the $80 price tag as he muttered under his breath. Only rich people can get it, obviously. The interview ran with him. Julia Garner was quickly shocked to learn how much the bucket cost. She said, "For the bucket, an $80 popcorn bucket?"
Just a bucket. Somebody on eBay put one up already for $150. And you think I'm a big Fantastic Four fan, love Galactus. If I'm not going to spend $80 on a Galactus head popcorn bucket, I'm not going to spend $150 just.
I can't believe they get away with that. That is crazy.
No,
Well,
that's nuts. Yeah.
Mark, if they
You want to lose your faith in mankind?
Well, you should get like unlimited popcorn for life.
Right?
Yeah.
Mark, if they had one,
You're going to bring a Galactus head.
What were you saying, Six? If they'd had one, would I have bought it?
Yeah.
So actually, on the way to the movie theater, I have a buddy that I go to all these movies with. I've seen since the very first Marvel movie, and he's like, "What do you mean you're not going to get it?" He's like, "You have to get it. It's Galactus, and you're Mark, and you collect everything." I'm like, "All right," and it was sold out. I went to the girl was at the counter, and I'm like, "Do you have any Galactus popcorn buckets?" And she's like, "No, they sold out in the first showing, which was at like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock." But they did have Herbie, so I grabbed Herbie. Yeah.
Still had one at ours. I didn't see a Herbie. I don't think they had been giving away for actual popcorn, the little cardboard folded Fantastic Four popcorn bucket, which you do get refills. But I don't know about the big giant head.
But in order to get the refill, you got to take the bucket back in there, and then every time you take it in and out of the car, that's potential damage. That one looks like it's had some popcorn in it.
Yeah, that had popcorn in it. Yeah, but I saved the bucket. This was actually at Superman. They gave this out at Superman.
Yep. Where I got my Fantastic Four popcorn bucket, that was it was folded. It wasn't like that. But
round, okay.
I thought that Mark had the best Galactus I had ever seen, and for what it is. But Galactus in the movie, they didn't half-ass anything about him. They got like a real actor, and he was it was part of a practical effect. It was a costume. The guy said he was thrilled to wear it. But if you're going to do Galactus, go ahead and have him in there. Have the watch sort of pop up.
Yeah. Well, he said, "Innocent, it's a massive thing." He said, "It's not my face," he revealed on the popcorn bucket. Yep. So, these two are great. And she seems really nice, too. So I can't pick, and she had a nice comment, too. She's like, I know there's a controversy, but I'm just going to do the best I can, to it's a job, right? So you got to make the best of it. So I thought they were kind of relating to like, what? It's $80, when I first saw it was $80. It was like, good. But with Herbie, Claude, you've seen my Herbie, right? Have you seen my Herbie?
I thought we agreed not to talk about that.
I love Six when she loses it with her laugh.
So here's my Herbie.
We've all seen Mark's Herbie.
Well, now everyone is.
You have to look at it, Claude.
I have a little one that came with one of. I think it might have come with the torch. But from that series, I've got the Fantastic Four. I've got Doctor Doom, Psycho Man. Herbie. Yeah. Well, and to think about Herbie's origin had almost nothing to do with Marvel, and they came up with a convenient lie when Reed finally created Herbie in the comics. Somebody said, "Hey, he's that robot from the cartoon show. Why weren't you on it?" And Johnny goes, "I was out of town when they were signing contracts." What really was going on was the network executives thought little kids were going to be dousing themselves in gasoline and jumping off the roof. Because that's how you think if you're a network executive.
Yeah, I guess.
But
where's Johnny?
The story I've heard doing research on this is it was actually that Stan Lee was trying to sell the torch, to Hollywood. So the
Yep.
rights the rights were in doubt. So that's kind of like the urban legend. But the more you research it, and I think Mike actually agreed with me this one, or he told me about it. But it was more of a rights issue versus.
Well, they're all believable. I mean,
yeah, they're all believable. But yeah.
Just think, you got, all right, I don't know if anybody knows his name, but you got Avi Arad, you got Stan Lee, you got, who was the movie company? Sony, and whatever they were before they were Sony. Everybody had their hands all over the Fantastic Four. But for the last few years, I think Mike and I may have talked about this on his show. When a calendar comes out, there's no Fantastic Four on it. There's Thor, there's Iron Man, there's Black Panther. You go all through this thing, and I'm talking about some really nice illustrations of them. But this year they reprinted the 1975 calendar, so they didn't have a choice but to include the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
they also included Conan, which they don't own.
They don't own it anymore, right? Yeah, but they canceled the FF book for a while when it was just they didn't have the rights. They didn't have the rights, so they canceled the comic for a few years.
Holy shit!
Well, the storyline.
Screw you, Fox. Yeah.
The storyline had become so convoluted. They kept piling on with the Future Foundation. Dragon Man is a babysitter. There's all these other little guys. Franklin is a mutant. His sister was named after Dr. Doom's mother. Come up with you say anything that sounds like a stupid superhero meme, they probably did it in that Fantastic Four book. They actually, there was the Thing and Human Torch book that ran for about a year. That was how they reintroduced the Fantastic Four. Yeah, and then Doom shows up. Doom is going to help them find the FF, and why would you trust Doom? Oh, because he kind of wanted Reed Richards to come back too. Oh, I got to say this: all the rumors that I read, if you read a rumor and it seems really stupid, it probably is. Sue was not the world's savior. She suggested things, and that could have been anybody. Could have been Willie Lumpkin. Could have done that. But she came up with some kind of a help the world thing or whatever for the UN.
Oh, you're talking the movie. You're talking.
I'm talking the movie and the rumors, and the thing that really got me was somebody actually came out and said they also allude to Reed and Ben having a gay affair in college. Like, are you
really?
No, that wasn't that didn't happen though. Yeah.
No, it didn't happen, and it wasn't even alluded to.
Yeah, no, none of that happened. Yeah.
Look,
just internet craziness. Yep.
I hate to keep bringing up Mike. I don't really, but I hate bringing him up like this because I know it's going to make some people sad. But people thought Mike and I were gay.
You're not?
Oh, shut up, Mark.
Oh, Claude, you laid that T. That was on the T. That was on the T right there for me. I mean,
he laid the pipe and he ran the water through it. But
yeah, I mean, that was just too easy.
Mark, that was
this
awesome.
is my friend Dave. Mark, you met my friend Dave with the 3D printer.
Yeah, Dave is great. Yeah, Dave is a great guy. Yeah.
Now, Dave used to call me and goes, he's like, how are you and Mike doing? I was like, Dave, we're not gay.
We just make out a lot.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Jay and Silent Bob, probably a hetero life partner. But my wife jumps in and describes it one time, and she had to make it really weird. She said he's going to visit his heterosexual life partner, Mike. Like, look, I don't mind you quoting Jay, but
your wife saying it.
Go to the diminutive, don't heterosexual, and I'm going heterosexuality. Wow, I never thought of that. It's like we go over there, we just make out. Actually, so many times that I went over to his house and we just watching like hours of Have Gun Will Travel or Star Trek or Midnight Run was a whole lot of fun to watch with Mike, but that's all we would do. And I guess you could say that was our version of making out. My wife gets in the morning and she comes in here and I'm watching Star Trek and I go, wait a minute, let me turn off my porn. And she runs in and she sees Star Trek. Star Trek is my. I could.
This is my 3D printer prawn. Yep.
So how long does it take to do one sign on there, Mark?
So this was halfway through, and we started during the beginning of the show. So it's got 3 hours and 15 minutes left.
Oh,
so
I see. Okay.
So it's on level.
Sign?
Yeah. So 10. It's 10 out of 15 layers. So it's got a while to go. Yep. So it's done.
You've never watched his overnight 3D printing?
I have.
I have.
I've fallen asleep a couple of times with that thing running.
I just watch it. I'm like, wow, it's becoming something.
Yeah, so it is pretty cool. I guess I could make this thinner. This is why I'm doing this one.
It's like ASMR.
ASMR. Yeah, I should put the volume there. Yep. And then this is what it's supposed. This is what it's going to look like. Hopefully, Claude, have you seen this or?
I'm not sure I'm seeing. Yeah. It looks like a robot licking a phylum of a flower.
Yeah. Oh, no, but now I'm showing what it's making.
Okay.
I really like his eyes in that.
Oh, I tell you, Dave, he made me I didn't even ask him for this. He made me a Maltese Falcon.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's the original MacGuffin, right? Or probably one of the most famous.
Yeah.
Ones,
The stuff that dreams made.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is going to take quite a bit longer. So I got to, that's what I want to find out is, if you want to save filament for speed and time, so I could maybe make it a little bit thinner too. But then it's can be too thin. It can might not have enough.
What happens to your electric bill?
I don't think it's that bad with this. I think it's more the air conditioner running nonstop.
Yeah,
but I don't think it'd be interesting to put one of those kilowatts on it to see what it takes. But it's basically there's a heating bed there that keeps the base of the filament hot or as it's being printed. So this is heated, so it sticks there. So there is a lot of electricity going for the heat, and then it's kind of squirting this out, kind of like think of like a cake decorator.
Yeah,
it melts it and squirts it out in really fine a fine shape. And so yeah, it is. I wonder how much wattage it does use. That'd be interesting to check.
I was just curious because it just seems like since it's running for so long and what it's doing. I would assume, as somebody who knows absolutely nothing about that kind of thing, I would assume it would just be sucking a lot of energy.
Well, I think because
nowadays it's probably efficient. You would think, like an AC.
Yeah,
but yours is solar powered, probably, because you're an engineer.
Yeah, I have a Mr. Fusion, but the needle or the nozzle that it goes through is so small. It might not take a ton to heat it because it's melting it's like a string actually that's melting if you look at the filament. So let's see, 3D printer filament. It's 1.75 meters in diameter. So if I just show a picture here.
Oh, and Mark, that room that you stood in that had all the Star Wars guns and robots and crap in it, you could barely fit in there now.
That's filled up.
I'm going to say something kind about him. He gets me to watch his house and feed his cat when he's gone.
Yeah.
So I go over there and he says, here's the code to get into the house, and the cat's food is over here, which means I have to open this door, turn to the right, and go get the cat's food. And I turn to the right. There's a damn stormtrooper.
Life size.
Life size, hell, bigger than life size. With
the crap out of you.
The blaster, yeah.
I did this for 5 days. 3 of those days, it scared me.
That would be me every time. Still
and
shocked.
Dave has like an amazing high-end industrial 3D printer.
Well, he bought another one then because the other one was just too slow.
So he bought a new one.
I have a question about these. So this is the stuff that goes into the.
That's the filament. Yeah, it's kind of like licorice.
And so there's all different. Is it all the same material, or are there different materials too?
There's all kinds of different materials. There's the basic is PLA is the basic plastic. Then there's PETG. Then there's flexible TPU. Then they have.
Well, yeah, actually, that was a dumb question because can't they like 3D print like organs and stuff now or something?
No, that's a good question. No, but they do a lot of medical devices, or they do prototyping to fit, like say a prosthetic. They'll do like a test one. You know, that's the great thing about 3D print. So you could size someone for that, and they of course they have all different colors and silk, and they've got filament with like carbon fiber and all kinds of amazing different.
When are they going to 3D print us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it melt the filament?
Oh, hi.
It melts it. Yeah, it basically
so you could
melts it.
So can you mix two colors together like you would kind of like paint?
Well, what they're doing now is some of the new printers have more than one nozzle. So like the new Bamboo has two nozzles, so you could print with two colors at the same time, but not mixing them directly.
Okay.
Or you could buy a filament like this where it changes color.
Oh, that's
really
so cool.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's really cool. I love using that kind of stuff. Yeah, PLA filament, multicolor. You never know what you're gonna get when you start it, or you know you can unravel it. But
I want one.
it just ends up
So
coming
cool.
out really cool. So I have done some stuff like that with that filament. It's fun. Yep.
It's like the current day bedazzler almost.
Right.
That's how excited I was for a bedazzler back in the day.
I remember those. They probably still sell them at Michael's.
They probably do.
They're flexible. Yeah, these are flexible. Like you can print tires. I mean, it keeps getting better and better too in terms of what you can do. And I for my business, I bought some carbon filament fiber that's in the filament to print some tools for prototypes to see how it comes out. So that'll be interesting to see. But
I saw that Hulkhead that you did. You finished painting that, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. Where is the Hulk? I think he's not near me. He's in the other room. Okay. What did you think of my paint job? Was it okay, or because you're a good painter?
If you were finished, it was really good.
Thank you.
As somebody who, I'm going to lose some people. Airbrush for 22 years and then did it on the side after that. I can tell when somebody knows their way around the object, like a brush or an airbrush. I haven't really painted anything in a while, though. So I'm kind of just getting to be an old man and sitting around and trying to make my wife laugh. But that Hulk head, and I think you said something about you got ahead of yourself, and you were gonna let me paint the Daredevil head. I think you should do it.
Yeah, I haven't painted it. Let me grab the Hulk head. I'll be right back. I think it's in the living room. Hold on. All right, you guys got the floor. I'll be right back.
Okay. When he says airbrush, this is a totally random thing, but I was just watching this thing about Wildwood, New Jersey, on the boardwalk, and it reminds me of those T-shirts. Six, did you ever remember those airbrushed T-shirts that you could go in and get done? They were totally 80s.
When I thought of airbrushing makeup.
Oh,
now, I've never done it, and I never would. But that's
time
what I
for a
thought.
wedding. For my brother's wedding, they had a makeup artist, and they airbrushed me, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Wow.
I have no imperfection.
Yeah, I've never seen one in person. I've probably seen it in a video.
Hopefully, you had a shower right after the wedding, because some of that stuff it doesn't stay non-toxic, and it's probably not. It can clog up your pores.
Well, it might have gone into my brain, and that explains a lot if it did. Because I haven't been the same for a while.
Yeah, I did it for 22 years, and everybody thought they had something new to say. Hey, I bet you get high off of that stuff. Like, well, no. If people got high off of this, it'd be a whole lot more airbrush artists.
Yeah,
yeah, right. No, I just remember they had a makeup artist and she took out this thing and started spraying my face, and I was like, "What is she doing to me?" Then I looked at myself and I was like, "Whoa, I have no wrinkles. I've got nothing."
You ever watch the Sci-Fi Channel show called Face Off?
I see commercials for it.
Is it about sci-fi makeup and stuff?
It's stuff like that, monster makeup, aliens, stuff like that. But in that, they were real heavy with the airbrush. But I'm too old to get into that kind of crap. I'm sorry, but
That's really those people are talented.
There's my Hulk. Yep, thank you.
Hulk smash.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Anyway, Harbor Freight. Yep, there you go.
Oh wait, what about Harbor Freight?
Harbor Freight has airbrushes for $29.99.
Oh, okay.
And
we're gonna
Amazon
have to try
too.
it now. I'm gonna airbrush T-shirts. I'm gonna bring it back.
So maybe I'll do some makeup.
You could
I'll be your test person because I already have brain damage from it and not washing it off.
This was fun to paint. Yeah.
Wait, you painted that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I painted that. Yeah.
Whoa. I know Mark is talented in like every way, shape, and form. It blows my mind all the time.
So where
he can
did
fix
the
cars? He can
did
do
you
everything.
3D print that?
So I did that on my resin printer. Let's see if we can get the face a little bit.
And then you painted it? Wow. That's crazy.
That detail is amazing. What did you paint it with? Paintbrushes? Just
with the airbrush. Yep. So I did with the airbrush, and the eyes I did with a regular brush because it's too tight. And then did some dry brushing over the top. See how get the veins to pop there. And I think I did some of it with the airbrush too. And then the teeth and the
shadowing and stuff.
And the teeth and the mouth, that was all done with the brush. And you got to mix the paint colors. And I just kind of guessed that, like, you want the muscle, it's going to be darker in between where the shadows are.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows, I think Mark secretly is a superhero and we just don't know about it.
He is.
Well, he pissed off Invincible's boss.
Yeah.
Now I've painted, but I've painted like with acrylics and watercolor and normal paintbrushes. I've never done.
I did whatever they give you when you get drunk and paint when I was still drinking. Talking about the wine and whatever things. Yeah. Where you go.
That's pretty good, Mark, right there.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Very much. Yep. Thank you. Yep. And I hadn't painted anything in years too, because I'd done a lot of models as a kid, but I hadn't really painted that much stuff too. So it was fun to get back into it. And I've got a RoboCop that I got to paint next, and Terminator. But the problem is I kind of stopped printing stuff because then you have too much stuff, and then you're overwhelmed, and you're like, I got to catch up with all the stuff that I printed. But
yeah, it's like your kid's art project. They bring it home, and you're like, oh, where am I going to put this? Well, you can't. You made your own art project. You don't want to get rid of it.
Right. I haven't painted the base yet either on this Hulk thing, so I got to paint the base. Is not. It still doesn't look bad, but I got to go back and paint the base. It's like you're never done. But
I need to get into some hobby that involves art again.
I would do a diorama, like do a flat piece with a 90-degree angle going up behind it with like an explosion, and you I don't know, you affix them to the base somehow, whether, I don't know if you're talking about wood or paper or whatever, but the background you can probably take get a page printed out of the incident where he had that flash behind it. Remember how his face was
became the Hulk? Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a good backdrop for it.
Yeah. So the base, this is actually from Wicked 3D. So this is a Patreon that I sub to. So they, each month you get like 10 models, and some of them are so amazing. All of them are amazing, actually. But so they design it, and the base goes together. Then there's a piece that goes into the base here. There's one piece that I have to paint. So it's like a bullet ammo box or something. Yeah, they do a really nice job. Yep.
I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, we better.
It's
Yeah,
just
we
like
got to get
blurts it
out of
out.
here. Yeah,
I'm so
Yeah.
tired.
Go,
she
go,
narco
Six. Yeah.
lepsies out
Well,
of
thank you.
us.
We're gonna get out of here now, but yeah, you head on out, Six. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you
Appreciate
so much
being
for
here.
having me. I had a great time talking
It
with
was a lot of
everybody.
fun. Yeah.
Bye, Six. I miss
Bye,
you
Six.
already.
Yep.
Bye. I miss you. Bye,
Bye.
y'all.
All right. Well, it was great having Six here. Now we're gonna get out of here now because I'm gonna turn into a pumpkin too. So I got to do a lot of work tomorrow. So, but it was awesome having Tom on. Awesome having Dave on with us, and of course Claude is on with us.
Yes.
It was awesome to have Claude here. So,
Very
yep. Good night, Oliver Belmonte. Let me read my thank my supporters here. So, in no particular order, but they're all awesome. Professor R2, Wes Cagle, Philip Story, Dadman, Metalorian, Nick Weiser, Shooter, DJ Ronnie G, RobAltis, RRTNZ, Max Redstone, Christian Delorme, Brian, 70s Rock Fan, Dave C, Annie Rooter of Jill, JT Kirk, and Brian Hepburn. So thank you for everyone who helps support the channel, keep the lights on around here, and that's a nice little thank you. So much appreciated, and thank you, Stephen, for saying that. Yeah, good show. Thanks all. So yeah, let's check. Yeah,
Can I add just one quick thing? Because
course,
Six just left, and I know a lot of people love Six. If you ever want to see hilarious content, Six used to be on my old show on my channel. So we used to do some really funny things, both of us. And so if anyone wants to go watch Six back in the day, it's a lot of fun.
excellent. Yep. Very good. So check those out. And Claude, well, now that I got Claude on because I don't see Claude all the time. But have you seen this print, Claude?
Ooh,
That's not painted yet.
Oh,
I wonder if
okay.
that would fit. So it's
Yeah.
actually a mask. So but I got too many rocks in my head. So.
Dave said he made a Wolverine mask and a Deadpool mask. Do I want one of those? And I'm thinking, no.
We'd want this though, probably.
Probably because I have the belly for it. Now that I can put like a big old blue sweatshirt on now and call it a costume.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
So
Yep.
cool. That's so neat.
Mike would have loved it. He would not have put it on his head though.
He wouldn't have worn it. No.
He was. Keep doing it. Claustrophobic. I mean, you know, he lived in the freaking tin can. You think he wouldn't be, but
Yep. Steven, it's too small. I tried to put it on, but I've got too many brains. No, it's too many rocks.
Yeah.
I have a big old head too, like with hats and stuff. You know what they say? People that have like large heads and faces, though, they were meant for the camera. That's what they say.
Yeah.
I think my mom just told me that to feel better.
I'll have to print a bigger one. Yeah, I tried to put it on. I was mad that it wouldn't fit because I measured my head. It was 24 inches, and they said it was for 24 inch. Yeah, but it didn't work. So I have to print another one.
Wow.
And Courtney, I've never been more me than when I was on your channel.
We had so much fun. It was a late night show, and we were silly. You
were having fun. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good night to Stephen Mack. Good night to Six again. Good night to Oliver, Cord Radical, Lasher, the Stream Elm on Spot. Of course, thank you, Courtney, for being here. Very awesome to have you. Professor R2, Matthew Marzillo. Let's see who else was in here. Mark's 47, RJ Godzilla. Let's see, Donnie was here. E. Clay, Davina Duckworth, Captain Infinity, to Infinity and Beyond.
Probably some lurkers.
Some lurkers too. Yep. So everyone, thank you for lurking. So
hello to the lurkers.
Yeah, everyone have a great week. And is Brian 70s doing a Ozzy talk tomorrow on Monday?
Yeah. We're kind of doing like an open table. There's a bunch to talk about, he said. So yeah, it's going to be Ozzy focused, but it'll be pretty cool because it's not going to be structured, and we always have fun with those kind of shows. So tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern on.
I'll try to hop in on that too.
Yeah,
Big
kind of
Ozzy
fun.
fan. So she'll try to pop in. But Caleb Levine has been lurking. Awesome. We love lurkers too. Yep. All right, everyone. So have a great, healthy week, and God, I hope there's no more celebrities that we lose. It was a bad, bad week
goodness.
last week, and Hulk Hogan. God, I love Hulk Hogan too. So
My family, they were huge Hulk fans back in they used to record every Monday night of wrestling in the 80s.
Let's form a human chain around Pedro Pascal, lest he be attacked also.
keep him safe. Yep. God bless Pedro. All right, everyone. And let's see, who else am I? Oh, I got everyone. Okay. All right. If I missed anyone, that's because I'm bad. Yep. Oh, check. Oh, check Twitter DM before. Oh, I always miss one on Twitter, and then I miss the darn. Let's see. Oh, but I don't think it wasn't the whole number. Yep. All right. We'll talk about that after. Yep. Okay. Thanks, Six. Yep. All right. So we'll see you all on the next Sunday Night Geekery. Go see Fantastic Four. Go see Superman. Yeah. Let us know what you think. Yep. All right, everyone. Catch you later and be good. And God bless Pedro, as Six says. Yep. And hopefully, I think Six, that was just the last 4 digits. I'm hoping, but I'll check. Yep. That's what happens when you're sharing your screen, right?
Always,
credit card
always remember, when you're spelling Pedro's name, always keep the R in.
Yep.
Oh, geez. Sorry.
All right.
I just love clobbering time.
Your agonizer, please.
There's only one thing I want to say to you, Commodore.
You're a dumbass. Groovy.
Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me. Who's got you?
Yeah, Tom, we're still alive, but here's my my still alive and still alive. Yep. We're having too much fun. Here's my trailer for the FF. Yep.
Are you a god?
No. Vince Clortho.
Then
When someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes!
Let's show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown. He's in New York. We get this guy laid, we won't have any trouble. Nobody steps on a church in my town! This chick is toast!
All right, everyone.
You just made me want to go to a movie theater now.
There we go. All right, everyone. Take care. Catch you on the next Geekery.
Peace out.
And if I can find my confounded outro, here we go. Outro here.
Storming the castle.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.